Hello there, today Ame Gakita. Alright, let's just say that today we are gonna continue on the Genshin story. The only thing I will have to at least highlight that I was a bit sure that I was not even halfway yet. Apparently the second half, the Act 2 is gonna be a huge one, which I was like, not sure how am I gonna reach to that point, but this morning I actually went to one part of the map and totally not expecting me to reach that, so if you guys seen the cutscene, I don't know where at the start, can you understand that? Another thing you guys want to take note is that today is the start of the Ghost Month Festival. And it's actually more so, it's like if anyone are wondering about the Ghost Month Festival, is it going to be something bad, is it something evil, whatever along that line, just take note is that in Taoism and Buddhism there is a belief is that the month of the ghost or the Hungry Ghost Festival is a moment of that a lot of so-called ghosts coming out to cause to kind of like leave a second living along the line. So it's just for 1 month from what I do know, but in regard is that you guys want to be very cautious. So what you guys see at the above me is actually I'm gonna put it out. It will be out for 30 days, so the number will indicate up to 1 to 30. So during this month, this is just a sign for you guys to take note that this is something that you guys want to be very cautious during this 1 month. If you guys see any negative stuff, please be aware. Get off, okay? But other than that, it is not something that you guys need to worry about. So yes, we are gonna be very cautious because this one so happened that's the reason why I decided to start out the stream exactly with that, because it is exactly I don't know, is it really like the coincidence on my end that this one so happened the start of the cutscene to be at this point of time. But at the same time, you guys want to be very cautious during this month, because like if the dead is coming to the living to cause problem or to give you negative energy, then you guys want to stay clear of the ghost for now. But at the same time, that's also the reason why I do not do tarot card reading for this 1 month, because it will end up having misreading a lot of time. And this is one of the things that you guys want to be very, very cautious of, because during this period of the month, it is may end up giving a lot of false warning, as well as that the reading can is wrong on so many different levels. So this is one of the time when I always tell people to be very, very cautious of regardless, like even though there are times when people say that I have a very accurate reading, but during this month I always tend to stay clear of the reading, because if it's a reading that you guys want for me, I would say that if you want the ghost to mislead you and give you the wrong reading, then by all means go ahead. I won't stop you, but go and find other tarot card reader. Definitely not this, okay? So anyway, let's continue with the continued story. Yesterday the only thing I do know is that it is gonna be a very, very long quest, but mostly is that Cinera is a whole new map with all this thing. Ghost dancing on the wall, a ghost in the theater. I wonder if this is the part where we get to see one of the four Ronara along the line? Do I Sonic Adventure 2 or which one? I don't have the game with me. But I do play the very, very old Sonic when it was like in the past. I can definitely say the very, very old Sonic. I do play the very, very old Sonic. Play on Game Boy, play on the old Sega. It's like the old one. I do play this so the old Sonic before them. In the days when it was the only way to play Sonic. Although I haven't played a lot of Sonic nowadays though. Even the latest one, I only just see other people. I only see other streamers playing Sonic game though. If I have the chance to play Sonic game, I would though. But at the moment, when let's say that when I do get paid by YouTube then maybe I may use the money that for half of it to hospital bill and the other half for the gamings, I guess. I mean, if you see next to me, it's basically I'm in debt of horror games, so I guess I will have to start preparing the 3 horror game. The only thing is that I'll have to at least highlight that at the very least, I'm actually very grateful that right now the number of 100 of viewers won't jump up to 300 that easily. I mean, last week it did jump to 200 plus, but I guess the number did drop down, so I don't think I need to worry about. And oh no, we're having out to 300 now. A cat. 嫌だな. That's a cat giving out a jump scare. I have a cat at home, for goodness sake. The sound of a planet, why is it so unsettling? Am I not supposed to speak to Paimon first?
誰?
何それ? Where is it coming from?
旅人さん? オデット? はい、私です。幽霊が出てくるのを期待しましたか?
So you hear about the rumor?
ええ、聞き及んでおりますわ。不気味な音と踊る幽霊。
Oh my, there's only the starting
これが
point.
幽霊の正体です。あら、ご存知ないのですね。これはオルゴールですわ。幼い頃、母が誕生日に送ってくれたものですの。もともとは美しい音色だったのですけれど、時が経って内部構造が劣化してしまったようで。
That is very eerie.
ひどい音ですわよね。完全に直すには少し時間がかかります。けれど、普段は日中の予定が詰まっていますし、家には道具もありませんから、夜中にこっそりと楽屋へ来るしかなくて。
Sneaking through that was left over. You just say.
ここが私の楽屋ですわ。そうは見えないかしら?
And did I imagine I should have watched?
構いません。こんな時間にこんなところにいるべきでないのはお互い様ですものね。けれど、普通は音を聞いたり、幽霊を見たりした時点で逃げ出しますのよ。随分と度胸が終わりですのね。とても親切な方だとは聞いておりましたが、噂は本当だったのですね。ですが、結構です。お気遣いには感謝しておりますけれど、自分のものですから自分で直したいのです。ただ、秘密を守って材料集めを手伝ってくださるのならありがたいですわ。それからこの楽屋の殺風景っぷりがご不満のようでしたわね。お好きなように飾り付けてくださいませ。秘密を守ってくださるご褒美かしら。ご褒美あら、ファンの方々は皆我先にと役者の楽屋に入りたがるものだとボジャニーツァが言っていたのですけれど、どちらにせよオルゴールが治るまでは飾り付けを待っていただけますか。
Let me adjust some of the stuff to bring the step correct. This one probably gonna take quite a while for it to.いい感じになりそう。I think that should be good enough. はい。
こんな状態なら招かれざる客に邪魔されず済みますから。
Spend some time playing the music. Share. Ooh. Exploration. Construct. Oh, okay. So this is the one that allow us to do the make the compass continue to let us see the thing. So I guess this is the map that I need to. So this one is the first meeting point that I need that I just activate. So I assume that the next one is the Huntman cabin, which I'm gonna assume would be Alusha along the line. Okay, if that's the case, then I guess it'll be fine if I run there to see whether can I get it up along. Next required jump. I wonder. なんかちょっと気になりますが。Hi, hello there, how's your day? Da, 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 da. Will they try to fight me? Hi.
なんだおいおい行け手狩りさあ見せてもらうなんだ表情に舞い描く戻れついてきた
This one, there's a chest nearby. Do you need to see the chest nearby?
これが欲しくて駆けずり
The
回ってた
person
んで
just
しょ
want to have the light. Unless there is a chest nearby that I'm not aware of, then probably I won't get to know how. This one just run away, okay. I thought that one will have to fight or something along the line, but if it run, then I don't need to worry too much. Oh! Alusha! What you up to?
旅人狩りの最中だ。獲物が逃げる。そう不思議そうな顔をするな。 スネージナヤの町の外じゃ獲物は多くのものを指す言葉になる。
First time I hear of
とに
one.
かく厄介なフェイの集まりだと思っておけばいい。奴らはファデュイのように表立って動ける組織じゃない。だが同じくらいスネージナヤに根付いてる。
Alright, then why are you messing with them?
ここで獲物とされる奴は大抵一筋縄じゃいかない相手だ。それでも狩人が食っていくためには狩りをするしかない。噂じゃメンバーの中にはエネルギー協会と独自のパイプを持ち、大量のクルース肉証拠を溜め込んでる奴もいるらしい。もちろんその証拠は全て密輸用だ。幻冬計画の統計帳簿に乗ることはなく、奪われても軍が追跡に動くこともない。
Well, they will investigate, right?
言っただろ、あの連中は表立って動けないって。証拠を寒さに震えてる村のみんなに配ったとして、ドルジーナの監視下で奴らが一軒一軒回って回収できるはずがないんだ。そして当然俺が捕まることもない。
You're just saying you're trying to... But you're actually looking out for the villager, I
俺
guess.
はやるべきことをやるだけだ。それにこれは悪をもって悪を制すだけであって別に立派なことじゃない。
Then consider me a fellow crew, I guess.
確かに協力者がいると助かるが、そうだな、あんたなら問題ないか。よし、お座りだ。角はいたか？爪は？ギャングの角はドイツも武装してるからな。中の角の数は10より多かったか？まだ10までは数えられないか。俺が直接確認しに行くしかなさそうだ。正確な人数は把握できるだろうが、もう少し近づかないとな。
Do I have to do the stuff now?
あんたはトゥガリンと一緒に近くに隠れててくれ。俺の合図を待つんだ。邪魔するぞ。こんな場所にも住んでる奴がいるんだな。
このガキ、どこから来やがった？何の用だ？
ただの通りすがりの狩人だ。近くで狩りをしてる最中、プラーミアバダーを切らしてしまってな。急いで暖を取れる場所を探してたんだが。
トラブルに巻き込まれたくなければさっさと失せな。
外に2、中に3か。この程度なら取り逃がす心配はない。
何をする気だ？
言っただろ、狩りだ。
Wait.
銃声がした。今だ。
貴様の拳を味わって見せてもらうぞ。
再生入れて行きますわ。一休みしたいわ。演説開始。
連中が証拠をどこに隠したか調べよう。
Oh, I guess we'll have to build him up properly if we're going to be so helpful and doing everything.
努力の成果ですね。
Walk on the key. Okay.
証拠が一つもないだと。なら奴らは何のためにこの場所を守ってたんだ？これは鍵とカードか。何に使うものだと思う？カードは一旦しまっておこう。 鍵はあっちの扉に関係ありそうだ。近頃将校の思想が問題になってるからな。きっともっとバレにくい場所に隠してるんだろう。
Let's head further in.
あ、この鍵で開けられるか試すか。
Oh damn. This is kind of like on the fast end, but open.
ついてないな。なんで何もないんだ。
Yeah.
この氷。い
Yeah.
や、この氷はまだ新しい。一時的に何かを隠すためのものか。目当ての証拠はもっと奥だな。わざわざ二重に保険をかけるほどだからな。相当溜め込んでるに違いない。
Need to find a way to melt the
凍ったば
ice.
かりの氷だ。この程度なら簡単だろう。
So I assume that I need to.
やっぱりまだ道があったな。旅人、行くぞ。今考えるとさっきは迂闊だった。
え、
ベテランの狩人は怪しい洞窟を見つけてもむやみに飛び込んだりはしない。証拠の回収を急ぐあまりに判断力が鈍ってしまったな。
来るな。
待て、なんでここにもギャングのメンバーがいるんだ。
so are we attack?
想定外の状況だな。ひとまず様子を見るぞ。向こうは2組いるみたいだが、スコープがないとはっきり見えない。
見えないか。
近づくな。起爆スイッチを持ってるんだぞ。
落ち着け。言っただろう。おとなしくそこをどくなら手出しはしねえ。
お宝は見つけたやつ全員で山分けだってビッグボスが言ってただろ。ビッグボスには世話になってるからな。もちろん一部はイズマイルファミリーに上納するが、残りは俺たちのもんだ。それでもお前は俺たちに手ぶらで帰れっていうのか。そんな起きて聞いてないぞ。
山分けで揉めてるのか。
自分が宝を独占してるとでも思ってるのか。お前はただ宝へ続く道を塞いでるだけだ。いろいろ試したくせに結局中には入れなかったじゃねえか。お前たちは最初から何も手に入れられてねえんだ。
それがどうした。先に見つけたのは俺たちだ。手間賃くらいもらって当然だろ。ですよね、ビッグボス。
ビッグボスはもう死んだ。ズメイなんかに俺たちが仕切れるとでも思ってるのか。いいからそこをどけ。
バラニーナ様にも同じことが言えるのか。
この野郎。
ビッグボスが面倒を見てくれたからこそスネージナヤなんてゴミための中でこれまでやってこれたんだ。あのお方が定めた掟は誰にも変えられない。ここんところ苦しい状況がずっと続いてる。だがもし掟に背く者がいたら絶対にバラニーナ様に報告してやるからな。
調子に乗りやがって。
Even Fairy, they have to do this kind of weird fight.
近づくな。一緒にここで死ぬか。
やめろ。本気で言ってるのか。
お互い裏社会で生きてるんだ。なめんなよ。見張りからはお前らが入ってくる時に外に何人か残して入り口を完全に塞いだってのは聞いてるんだよ。最初から俺たちを生かして返す気なんてなかったんだろ。この爆薬がなけりゃとっくに消されてたかもな。 先に手を出したのはそっちだ。まさかお前らがこの骨董品にそこまで執着するとは思わなかったぞ。ってことは売れば相当な額になるんだろうな。その分け前を受け取る権利は俺たちにもある。
骨董品売ってもオラにするだと。お前みてえな目先の利益しか考えないバカしかいないせいで俺たちはいつまでも踏みにじられるんだ。
ごちゃごちゃとうるさいぞ。今は取引の話をしてんだ。
なるほど。悪をもって悪を制すのは俺だけじゃなかったか。価値ある骨董品。確かにフェイのギャングはそういうのも売買してる。骨董品は村の人たちに配れないな。それにモラに変える手立ても必要だが、まあいい。手ぶらで帰るわけにはいかない。
You can't make any rush moves.
任せろ。手狩り行け。
誰か嫌がったのか。
おい
ついてき
援護しろ。
面倒だな。
One of them go away.
放っておいていい。外の連中は片付けたし、増援を呼ぶなら拠点に戻るしかない。その間にここの骨董品は全部運び出せる。中を見てみよう。
First thing first, recover back. There. Place to right. Bring the unwrapping now on.
俺は古代のものには詳しくないが、これは現代で作られたものじゃないな。
Sure, there must be some special purpose.
ロコットにこの手のものに詳しい知り合いがいる。気になるなら後で見に来てもらうよう声をかけておこう。これはどう見ても運び出せそうにない。先に持ち出せるものを探そう。だがこんなものに道を塞がれてちゃこれ以上奥には進めないな。
間域の障壁装置を検知しました。対応する権限カードを使用することで解除できるかもしれません。
Okay.
権限カード。まさかさっきのカードか。試してみよう。
Can open the room beneath. Continue onwards. Activate.
ひとまず他のことは置いておくとして、これで道が開けるのは確かだな。中に入るために必要なものを外の見張りに持たせた上、わざわざ入り口を塞ぐとは。部外者に奪われないよう念には念を入れていたわけだ。このカード、連中にとって相当大事なものらしい。
You smell a rod?
単なる高価な骨董品のためにここまで慎重になる必要があるか。とりあえず中に入って確かめるしかない。カードとあの台座はまた後で調べよ
う。Pick up. Can I activate the others just in case? Complete. Okay. is okay. So those two it can't be open. But up to here, and we have a new gun here, a muzzle. Cup. Attach. Oh, okay. It's to attach it. Okay. わかりました。It's related to my gun.
明らかに現代のものじゃないな。これが連中の言ってた骨董品か。他に金になりそうなものは見当たらないが、こんなのが売れるのか。
I doubt it.
まさか本当に無駄足ってことは。あの装置。
If
思い出した。少し前、あるフェイのギャングがザーリベールイ時代の設計図を買い漁っててな。金になるのかと思って一枚奪ってみたんだ。それにこんな装置が書かれてた気がする。
What is it for?
詳しくはわからない。だが俺の記憶が確かなら、こいつを稼働させるにはパイプを連結する必要があったはずだ。氷を取り除けば動くかもな。フェイのギャングがこれほどまでに大事に隠し持つ装置だ。何ができるのか調べる価値はある。
気になりますな。So we need to. I'm gonna assume that we need to unattach the. Is this here first? Then use this to go here.
Atatakai. これはまさかストーブか。
やっぱり情報は正しかったのか。クルース肉の炉の試作機はここにあった。あの方の計画にはこの時代のテクノロジーが必要なんだ。
There's not gonna look good.
トガリン、待て。
随分と冷静じゃねえか。俺が何を握ってるか気づいたか。そうさ、どさくさに紛れてあのバカの起爆スイッチを拾ってほんの少し改造してやった。俺が少しでも手の力を緩めた瞬間、大爆発だ。
増援を呼びに行かず一人で戻ってきたのか。あんたは冷静じゃなさそうだな。
黙りやがれ。部下は全員やられ、苦労して手に入れたカードは奪われちまった。このまま戻れば俺があのお方に消されるだけだ。この施設もそのカードもあのお方の超大事なものなんだぞ。さっさと返せ。
So does it mean that we can do it all instead?
を狙ってるのか。そうか、他の勢力が送り込んできたんだな。エネルギー協会、いやルチーキンか。
関係ない。
騙せると思ってるのか。じいさんが死んですぐビソーキーストールは利用価値がなくなった俺たちを捨てたんだ。俺たちが危険を冒して安易で発掘したものも結局あの権力者たちに奪われ。おい、犬を伏せさせろ。じっとしやがれ。
テガリン、伏せ。
Wow, damn! Nice talking! Oh my, that was
伏せ
awesome.
は攻撃準備の合図でな。おとなしくさせるにはお座りだ。
お前、一体どの勢力の。
通りすがりの狩人だ。
Dismantle the switch.
クルーソニックの炉の試作機と言っていたな。
Center of a lot of attention there.
この見た目で光って暖かいんだ。ならストーブとして使えばいい。証拠を使う炉は山ほど見てきたが、こいつは別格だな。これだけ広い場所でも丸ごと温められる。ここは避難所にちょうどいい。村のみんなを連れてこれば証拠を配るよりずっと手っ取り早く暖が取れる。
それはいい。
来た甲斐はあったか。
But what about the gang girl?
ああ、手がかりをたどればとんでもない大事に行き着くかもな。だがその過程で確実により多くのターゲットに銃口を向けなければならなくなる。そういうのは好きじゃない。そうだ、あんたは狩人と冒険者の違いは何だと思う？未開の荒野を前にした時、狩人は獲物を仕留めれば引き返す。だが冒険者はさらに先へ進もうとするものだ。だから権限カードとここで見つけた銃のパーツは全部あんたに渡しておこう。あんたは冒険者協会で一番の有名人だからな。何もしなくても大事件の方から寄ってくるだろ。
What you do is very meaningful.
当然だ、分かってる。まずは村のみんなを連れてこよう。
So this...
さっきみんなを連れてきた時、別の出口を見つけた。急いでる時はここから出入りするといい。今回はあんたのおかげで無駄足にならずに済んだ。ありがとう。報酬を用意してるから受け取ってくれ。今後あんたが困ってる時は必ず俺が力になろう。
So we have a finesse here which is technically good, but it is also the the art is so nice though. Kawaii na. Okay, so for this one I need to collect a bit more to increase it to level 2 so that at least I can unlock the compass exploration for this area. If that's the case, I guess I will need to start opening quite a lot of chests around here, but at the very least I can now teleport here to collect it regardless, so that's the least concern I have. As for here, now that I think about it, do I get the compass? Oh yes, I get the compass! Yo, this is what I want. So to get the compass, we need to do activate all the meeting point to do so, and the waypoint need to be activated regardless. And I was hoping to get some of them. One of the boss should be around here. Although I'm not quite sure, but I'm just gonna run over to see first. It's kind of like hard to know in a way, considering that right now it's kind of like just rushing towards it and see how. And most on the part is that this one is a boss for Russia, but most on the part that oh my, managed to catch one of them. Okay, let's do it. Although I'm not quite sure.
思う存分遊んでこい。
雪鳥の来産をご覧なさい。もっとこっけーね。さあやりなさい。
Alright, this one is still I wouldn't say hard. It's actually easier than the other one, though. This one don't need to lock. I would definitely say it's slightly easier. And because of that, now I can ascend the boy. Oh yeah, I do not have the material. Amaika! A Genshin! Don't give a damn care! It's a new monster anyway. Ascend.
トゥガリンとの連携がさらに良くなった。こいつも成長してるな。
Ascend. I need to find a few more of the boss material for her as well. Yeah, 問題ですよな。We're gonna do a lot of farming for the two of them too. But for the boy, I think do one more time, and also this one might as well just get every single thing. A lot of, it just only says hundreds only. That can be a change. No, do one more time. So, one. And nine, the damage I'm loving is not even at the max level. And I got 174 myself. Yes, all four of them. Other than my controller, somehow, some way, someone decided to haywire a little bit. Yeah, that's mean I have to go and fight this boss now. Where's the other boss again? Ah, right here. I have to go and start fighting the boss. Alright, test out the damage. Would be workable.
獲物の痕跡が消されてしまうな。
Yeah, this one a bit harder in a way, but I managed somehow, some way, somewhat. Again, because I use up quite a lot of the. Because you know I got.
中の方が早い。トゥガリン、思う存分。
凍てつく旋律を。行きますわよ。くだらない。やりなさい。ついてきて。一休みしたいわ。滑稽ね。
How is he able to go right out of freaking this down?
倒れろ。猟犬から逃げ切れるか。
汚い。ここにて命じる。一休みしたいわ。さあ。
I hate this part, but it can create a suit that is making it problematic. But once you manage to get it done, it becomes easy to. Okay. Continue one more time. No material from this.
さあ、行け。
よっ、行け、くがり。
表情に舞い描く。戦火を開け、宣言せよ。さあ。くだらない。やりなさい。ティータイムの余興よ。
銃の方が早い。
氷に移る。戻れ。
Run first.
さあ。いけるわね。一休みしたいわ。くだらない。
倒れろ。
先生入れて。行きますわよ。さあ。一休みしたいわ。演算開始。
くがり、思う存分遊んでこい。銃の方。
凍てつく旋律を踊りましょう。戻れ。はあ。2日前ここにて命じる。やあ。くだらない。やりなさい。
やりなさい。なんださ。How many more do I need to take out? 2 more.
行け、くがり。
3、はい。再生入れて。ついてきて。滑稽ね。やあ。戦火を開け。宣言せ。
倒れろ。
氷に映る雪の影。表情に舞い描く。一休みしたいわ。
Yeah, the suit is very addictive.
ついてきて。一休みしたいわ。くだらない。一休みしたいわ。ふん。
獲物の奥。
3、はい。
よっ。くがり、思う存分は。
戻れ。ついてきて。ティータイムの余興よ。いけるわね。くだらない。
This one is slightly harder. Can't do much about that. How many do I need to send her? Okay, we're more than enough already. If possible. The only issue I have is I'm trying to see where can I find the other than the boss seeing me right here. Oh well, I'll have myself on this one instead. Other than what the hell is this though? What kind of lightning though? 気になりますけど。
銃の方が早い。
行きますわよ。凍てつく旋律を。作業の 我が名はドワクシンクになりついてきて
If it is lightning, then you shall get the lightning shroud.
演算開始一休みしたいわくだらないやりなさい
Oh my, that's... Wait, it got 2 hit? No, I didn't realize that.
ついてきて一休みしたいわついてきて
How come it's so much easier to fight than the other one, though?
くだらないティータイムの余興よ
Yes, wait.
一休みしたいわついてきて
Yeah, this one is very easier than the other one. I prefer this one more than the other one now. Well, oh well, we gotta still need to farm both monster. But yeah, alright. This, to be honest, I was not expecting that I need to run to like, you know, I was wondering how to get the compass earlier, but turned out that all I needed to do was to activate the talk to the place and just activate it, and that was enough for me to get it. At the another part of me also kind of like, instead of, I want to kind of like see if I run to different part of the map a bit earlier, but I want to like see if, because indicate it we kind of like at the start kind of like start from here, then we come to like then we go to here and here. So I was wondering like if I go to other place, will I get to go and activate to the I like kind of like hoping to reach the so-called the waypoint there. Because it's like, in case anyone want to know, it's like we have to like go to a different spot, all this thing, and if you can bring us to those things around, that will be also helpful. And also like, the funny thing is that if we want to do the shooting game, all we need to do is just enter the shooting range and we can practice it a lot. And also is that in case anyone is wondering, right, all you need to do if you want to jump off the train, even while traveling midway, you can just jump off and it is kind of like still within the so-called safety range as well though. So there's really like no so-called banning of like not like exiting like you can only exit after you so-called the train stop. You can so-called stop yourself and abort it midway if you need to, and there's another option I kind of like try it myself. So if I want to stop here, I can just jump off, and it is part of the so-called alright for the to do so. The train will still go to the area, and at the very least, it is still within the range, you know, from what I see. Thank you. Oh yeah, have a nice day. But other than that, it's actually quite interesting to see that right now we can enjoy the scenery. It's kind of interesting. It kind of like made me really wonder about how the story is going to be like. I was told by my friend so far I only told her about that my idea on who I think Paimon is, and I was told, funnily, that apparently my prediction was correct. Like, the funny thing was that initially last time when the old prediction of me saying like Paimon could be a physical AI, but before that, long before I actually say that Paimon seems to belong to Celestial, for that was what I long thought, but apparently because of thank you. But the funny thing is that when I seen the Temple of Space at the time, I wonder was Paimon part of there actually at the time. That was actually my idea, because when MiHoYo released the Temple of Space, I was wondering like Nico showed that the angel was they used to belong there. And then they also showed a lot of people being brought there. So it's like, how can they be brought there when they can't be created out of nowhere? So I wonder at the time, does Paimon belong there? So technically it's like, if that Temple of Space is known as Celestia by them, that will also kind of like mean that is Paimon part of Celestia. I know a lot of people are saying like, is Paimon Amode or the unknown god that we've seen at the time, but at the time I wasn't like keen on that idea. Like I've seen a lot of theory coming up with the idea saying like, oh, it is possible. But it's kind of like funny in the way is that when I kind of like think about it back then, one of the things that I actually mentioned was that I don't think Paimon is one of the four shades. I think it was like Paimon might belong to like in the like so-called being created by them, or it should belong to there along the line. But kind of like funny in a way is that when I told my friend about that, and I said in my live stream that I will not say that theory back then, and I only told her about it, apparently the only thing she said was, I was correct. The only thing she actually told me was, I was apparently correct on my prediction again about Paimon. And she was like, damn! Okay, so this one is... Okay, so this part I have been here. So how am I going to go to Morespeso? Can I go to Morespeso? Oh, Morespeso. I have to now go there. Yeah, it kind of depends from everyone though. If people like it, that would be great. For me, it's actually more like as long as I have having fun. But having my friend telling me that my prediction end up hitting correct in the right track, it's like now she is afraid of the hidden theory that I never say on live stream, but end up might come out true in a funny way though. Because the second thing is like apparently that my theory about the Cryo Archon being the longest living character in the game is like, that has been kind of like so-called been confirmed by MiHoYo during their live stream as well. So it was like, that was like kind of like funny. It's like long before everyone thinking about is the Cryo Archon young or whatever, I was like, no, I don't think she's young, I think she's the oldest. And now everyone is like wondering like, wow, damn. A lot of things I ended up saying long ago, not last year, not the previous year, but 4-5 years ago. For 6 years, I've been wondering like, I don't think MiHoYo is trying to trick us, but I still feel like MiHoYo is trying to hide a lot of secret about the story so far in for us, and I knew that MiHoYo always tend to do so. But at the same time, it's kind of like funny that MiHoYo, when I do the prediction, is that it ends up coming true, and it kind of like amazed me on so many levels because of the things I predict. It's not really like things I know. It's actually more on the part that I think it is a possible route that they are trying to trick us, and at the moment, I actually kind of like amazed that that when MiHoYo show one of the four shades coming to appear, it's kind of like it seems that the four shade is apparently having some sort of like things they need to do, and for somehow, some way, it does involve the current Teresa and Cineraria at the moment. And in a funny way, I would definitely I won't be even surprised if they actually somehow, somewhat manage to say that, oh, it's actually it could be linked to Kanria as well. So it's kind of like amazed me on so many ends that some of the things end up coming true in a way, and it would seem to me that this kind of thing end up happening. And yes, we are coming to Tatalia homeland. Because I do want to reach here just for the sake of activating the waypoint first. Activate the waypoint here first, and there's a cutscene. Fresh recruit. Is she talking about us? You don't dress like local. You've been poking around nearby your friends. Actually, never mind. Come to the network. Dude, the number of work quests around is a lot, though. I haven't even done my outcome quest, for goodness sake. I got efficient. All I needed to do was just activate the waypoint, and I couldn't even activate the waypoint. Going along that fire. Nickel gave me idea. Want to try it. But the number of quests all around is really a lot. Wow, damn! I can't even get the waypoint activated. Kid von Nala and Lee, yeah. Seem kind of familiar. Looking forward. Shh. Everybody trying to keep who he's really under wrap for now. Could this mean you're carrying on a special mission? I think I understand. I will keep it a secret. I don't get it. Just that was the password. Yeah, exactly. Of course we know about the lingo. Enough. So we have to write and tell her. Know your stuff. No wonder you crossed mountain and sea to get here all the way from scorching. One sunbread and one soup, one and catch your breath, then we'll go down to business. Of course, the two big brothers who trusted me with the network are professional adventure. We want to follow on their footsteps. Helping everyone bounce back fast. Won't turn you into a master helper. So what's the rest of the plan? Secret is to share it all. Adventure Kit is more like a loose network than a street organization. Handle commission, rise to the top. Sometimes the strong start seeing every others as rival, keep their best trip to themselves. All their hard work experience never get shared. Fine, so there might be a simple way to beat a certain monster, but if there's no one to share it, group after group have to learn their hard way and combat better than lose. Yeah, that makes sense. Come to think of it, this kind of thing happened in plenty of other places too. Right, as a big brother from Fontainebleau all across the far, keep inventing the same wheel every day. I won't get it. Eventually don't get don't all know one another, and they don't exactly get every permission to swap teeth, do they? Don't really understand what they do. Think that we yeah, I don't know. Why is it this called? The quest activator. I just want to activate one waypoint. Oh well. Ancient submenu, all these things. I mean, like, that's the reason why we always go around opening out the chests. That's the thing. Everyone bring what they can. That's an interesting idea. Go working towards. So how it going so far? Get things going again. Not exactly bad at pitch shape. Yeah, figure the first step will be getting everyone familiar with scenery. So I make a plan for us to explore all kind of places. Just make it to a map location. Have a look. Proper look around, snap some shot. Fair enough, and the others still pretty young, so charging straight into the hard stuff would be dangerous. May not have the big accomplishment yet, but before the network was placed in my hand, it really made a differences for a lot of people. I believe we all work hard and encourage each other day by day. We'll keep getting stronger. Renovation, get the right, definitely got the right attitude. When it comes to exploring places no one knew very well, Paimon and Traveler are just the team for the job. Let's pay in and give them a hand. Supporting each other like this feel pretty nice. I will go and get ready. After your trip turned out good, go and check the base meal board while you're there. You know what your surprise might turn out. Is this actually not the side quest but the okay, never mind. It's the event quest. You will come across a mutant in storage. Place any duplicate statue part you have in this device to pass on to other network member. Placing a part in storage also earns you share point and allow you to collect part left by other members. Okay, so basically this was the one that I needed to elevate. Somehow, someway, somewhat elevated without knowing it. The first thing first, I think I need to go upstairs here. Okay, so that was the waypoint. At least now I know. Climb up. Why is every time the side quest like this? Mihoyo, how is you? It's too much. Why is it that one every little thing do always a side quest? What can I say? Oh well. Set up. Yeah, definitely set up by Mihoyo. A town called Okoroto, whatever the name is. Their fiance. Oh, you guys getting married? Good for you. Congratulations. No few for our playing to get pick up goods. Okay, so I'm assuming that we need to go to the place. If not, they have to pay some penalty. Warm enough. Famous doctor there. Is there a doctor there? I don't know about which doctor, but. Twin Tails なんかちょっと変かな Oh well. Firebird is so pretty. Eaten by the firebird. Goodness sake, never seen a bird like that. Don't care, but dude, can I don't care about your quest right now? For goodness sake. What do you think might be related to the thing you're looking for? Based on the description, appear to be some sort of connection. Okay. I will do it. I mean, like, no worry if it's gonna. Why is it that every time I run, I thought it would be like we need to talk to them to activate it, but somehow, it just kind of like activated it alone somehow, somewhere over the device. Oh, everyone just place their own stuff here, car. I mean, like, if you want to. Also, what is the event that I need to do though? If I encounter a cell powerhouse event, unlock. Okay, get a ranking on into big K of the. Okay, so I need to do some sort of challenge, which I have no idea how. What? Take a photo of the giant octopus captured by the sea. マジかよ、何それや。Location? Okay, at least they got the location here. So I assume that I just need to go. Just take photo, and that should be considered good enough. The moment that I need to start thinking, that would be kind of crazy. And also that, what is the collection catalog? Oh, you just collect all these cards. How am I gonna collect all that though? Take a camera. Oh, I have to activate the camera instead. Okay. I need to. So I wanted the campus, but oh well. First thing first, waypoint. Waypoint is very important. It'll mean that we can get to run here, teleport here easily. And I assume that we need to take a photo of those things. Okay. At the first. I already take a photo, right? Okay, two different. Doing two different action. Okay. So it's two different action. I thought it's only one action. Okay, two action already done. That was kind of like easy to get it. To call the train near the track. Did I not do that? Oh well. To take a photo of the giant octopus, which is the other side. At the very least, the teleportation make it easy. The only issue on that is that October. Kolekana. I wonder, just this one, right? Collect. And then go to here. I assume that I just need to go to here. And then call the... Okay, so if I need to call the train, I just press down. Hey, マジわかんない。あ、ピョンさん Hello there, how's your day? It's kind of like interesting that the new character in 7.0 is making a lot of character doing a lot of the high damage in a funny wrong way though. The only issue on hand is that I definitely need to start collecting all the flower. I have no idea how to reach here. I seriously had no idea on how to reach here. Actually, more like how do I call the train here then? Awaiting. How do I call the train? Register for mandatory. あ、ちょっと待って。So sorry, my dad just called. Later on when my dad came home, I need to do something for him already. Registration, no noonday, they will call when there's a need. I know that pain. I've been through that. In Singapore, there is also the military duty, but in Singapore, we call it the national service. I know that was my dad. that was not the one who called me was my real life dad though. The funny thing is, right? The funny thing is that back then in Singapore, a lot of people didn't know is that for overseas, right? In Singapore, when we go through the military service, it is compulsory for guys, for male. And the only time is that when people tend to not aware of is that for us, there is 3 conditions that we can be exempted. Number 1, if you are disabled. Number 2, you are not medical care, meaning to say that it may, like you got stroke or you got a heavy health condition like diabetes, all these things that can't do, that is medical unfit. Last one, I know this kind of like funny for most people, but actually this is actually true. Mental health issue. In Singapore, these 3 health conditions can actually get people unable to do military service at all. And a lot of time, a lot of people didn't know is that in Singapore, when it do happen, it means that you can't go for military service in Singapore. But the only issue on hand is that what a lot of people don't seem to realize is that in Singapore, when you have this kind of condition and there is proof of it, they will exempt you from the military service in Singapore. But the only issue on hand is that despite me having some condition back then that I don't go for military, I end up going for military. You thought I was in Japan. I did live in Japan for 6 years though. I did live in Japan for 6 years. I did went to Japan to study anime and manga and voice acting. Yeah, it's fine. I returned to Singapore 3 years already. In 2017 all the way to 2023. During these 6 years, I was living in Japan. Which is the reason why when I started as a VTuber, I was considered by many as a Japanese VTuber. But due to some issue, due to one scandal that made me lose a lot of Japanese viewers, that I decided to just become an EM VTuber. But even so, I'm still able to speak Japanese though. さて、私にまた日本住んでありますから、もし日本語はわからなければなんかちょっと変と思いますよ。So it's actually fine. That's the reason why sometimes when I do my Japanese live lesson, I tend to do want to make sure that at the very least it is something that you guys were able to understand. Why they no longer enjoy my stream? Okay, let me say it in the most simple way. I was framed by a Japanese female VTuber. Yeah, it was a huge defamation in a way. I couldn't like stop her from having that wrong, weird mindset in a way. But even so, if she decided to think of it that way, I can't really stop her though. That's the thing. because the thing is, right, a lot of people need to understand is that when people always tend to have the weirdest mindset, it's not just only in any part of the world. In Japan, there is a lot of them, and it's just kind of like sad that the person I come across and not kind of causing me an issue. And because I was technically a foreigner in their country, is actually a lot of people need to understand is that they always have the mindset of like thinking that, hey, maybe I am not as trustworthy as what they think, because some of my viewers know that I'm a foreigner. When I always highlight that, oh, I'm not a Japanese person, 私は日本人じゃないんですよ。ただ日本語はできますけど。So it's kind of like a moment of like going with that mindset that, hey, I just only able to speak Japanese doesn't mean I make me a Japanese person. I just kind of like live stream speaking in Japanese, that's all. But it kind of like also got some Japanese people wondering, like when the female VTuber saying that, oh, I SA her or something along the line. Obviously that kind of like gets some people saying like, hey, I must be a hentai person along the line, and it kind of like get you kind of like get a lot of like a lot of people saying that I'm a SA along the line, but it's kind of like got a lot of the wrong mindset regardless. So you end up kind of like sad that end up having a lot of Japanese viewers decided not to trust me because of that. But regardless, I can't really stop them from having that kind of like mindset regardless though. Yeah, that's a funny thing. That's why when Cinder, the VTuber situation appeared, or when Sakuno situation happened, I say that the funny thing is, it's kind of like funny thing was that back then I say that I don't think that what Cinder did was correct, but I also don't think that what she did do deserve that kind of hate along the line. And it's kind of like funny that a lot of people start realizing that the one who caused the allegation, the artist, the one who say all those things, and they are the one also having a lot of hatred in recent time as well. So it's kind of like funny that a lot of things that I say that it could be a planned attack, whatever, and I know that a lot of people saying that, hey, the thing that I say back then was correct. No, it's kind of like funny that the thing I say and not coming true is one thing, but it's just that when people have the mindset, it's just we can't stop them from having that mindset regardless though. That's why it's kind of like a lot of things I say, it's just kind of like it's just what happened only. Social media brought a lot of people personality even more. At least it seems yeah, that's very, very true though. Because the thing is, right, for me, I did not let it affect me in a negative way, because true will happen. It will happen. It's just that as long as I hold true and tell everyone what truly happened, people will believe in me one day. And it did. Because not only did that VTuber became a moment of that she disappeared. The only funny issue was that she now became like disappeared to the point that I don't even know what happened to her, and I don't think I want to care about it at all myself. For me, I just think about, hey, if I can do my live stream and have fun, that's all. And the most important part at the end of the day is that I enjoy and I grow up and get more viewers, and that's all it matters though. Because the thing is, right, as long as I playing and I enjoying, that's all it matters. Yada na. I was wondering, how do I jump to that? Okay, at the very least, I'm on the safe part, I think. Oh, yada, not enough. 22 seconds. I want to make sure I can get to. Yada, I tried to hit that. Somehow I failed to hit that. Okay, never mind. I managed to get that. Yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people always tend to have the mindset thinking that, hey, whatever we do should let how people think affect us, when in the first place, there is no such requirement though. At the end of the day, it's actually more towards like how we move on and build up our audience and build up our change ourselves to be a better person and improve ourselves. People will see through it. At least that's what I think. And that is the reason why I'm actually very grateful for everyone who come to my live stream and help and build out on for me to able to get the modernized as well. That's why the money that I earn will, half of it I'm intending to pay for my hospital bill, but half of it I'll be intending to at least pay for the horror game that I in debt to you guys, because for each 100 CCV that I read the milestone, that will also mean that I have to make sure that I have to pay back the horror game, even though I don't like horror game, because it's thanks to everyone that I managed to reach to that goal. Because if anyone asks me, it's like, the funny thing is that I never think of that not able to reach to this goal is bad though. I actually think that one day, just don't know when it will happen, and it ends up happening. Unable to exchange. Okay. You cannot do horror game. Nah, I don't think you need to worry on that end though. I'm the one who playing horror game, but the only issue on hand is that you guys have to be very careful though. You guys seen at the top the Ghost Month Day 1, right? The one you guys want to be very cautious as well, because the this is the month where the ghosts start appearing. In Chinese there is a belief of the Ghost Month festival, so you guys want to be very, very cautious of that. But other than that, I think you guys will be fine as long as you guys just be careful. Just don't let it affect you, okay? Okay, let's place maybe this one here, then this one with the eyes, and then this one with the hair, and then this one with this, and this one with this. And then save. And this one, place one, this one, place that, this one, no more, this one, place one. So let's see, that's technically okay, at the very least, level 17, nicely done. This one mean that I need to make. I need to do a lock car. Ayana. I guess I have to keep doing this then. I would say this one seems easy, but for now I'm not gonna do on this one. I'll probably at least now I know that one can be done off stream, but I need to collect the stuff for the compass. It's kind of funny, the last time when we get the compass, right, we have to like create it, but turn out that all we need to do is just go to the whatsoever and activate it along the line, and I need to open up quite a lot of chests now to make sure that I can activate that. You know what? I'm going to activate the another waypoint from here. Yeah, oh man, you've been to war, you cannot play horror game. Nah, it's fine. I'm an old man myself. 37 years old already. I have suffered from stroke, and I managed to survive from stroke. But the thing is, right, I never kind of like say that, hey, I go and say that, hey, it's a big thing, whatever along the line. It's actually more like I survived. That's all. And I thinking of like how am I gonna improve myself and change for the better, and getting a girlfriend. Yes, I was hoping you won't step into that road, but somehow, someway, somewhat, you're also stepping into that road, Clear-san. I guess I might have to also really work hard on that end. Yeah, I mean, like, surviving from the stroke was kind of like something that I wasn't expecting though. I at least have to highlight that. Because the thing is, right, a lot of people need to understand is that the stroke was not something that I was aware of. And also on the part that a huge part of me didn't think that I would get a stroke at the time. Huge part of me did not think that I would. Like hell, I was like, how the heck I was able to suffer from the stroke? But at the very least, I still think that it's at the very least, it does make me change my style of live stream, the way I do stuff, and at the very least, I would have to at least highlight that during this 1 year, it's actually able to make me change for the better as well. So I don't think overall it's a bad thing, because it would also mean that at the very least, I was able to improve myself and become a better person, as well as that, how do I say this? At the gaining the mortalization on YouTube. So I think in a way, I want to say like, is it a bad thing or a good thing? It's actually more like it improved me. But at the same time, I would definitely say that I'm not like those kind of like people who go around and say that, oh, I became this, I became that. No, you guys won't hear that from me. Because the most important part, right, is actually more on the if I'm able to improve my self, that's on me, and that means that's all. Because the thing is, right, a lot of time I seen a lot of people going around. I think you guys always seen this on YouTube, online or whatever. They always kind of like thinking that, hey, they want to modelize or gain sympathy point or whatever. No, for me, as long as I'm having fun, you guys watching me having fun, that's all it matters. Yeah, the funny thing is, right, for me, when other people do bad stuff, for me, I don't really go and say that, hey, I won't stop people from supporting them if they want to. Like, the funny thing is, right, even like when Bow the Wheel or Shy Lily did a lot of bad things, do I go and scold them for it? No. I just say that if they want to do so, it's on them. That's why I always believe in. Because in a way, there's no point of me going arguing with them just because of it though. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, everyone always have their point of view. Oh my holy god, this is a dangerous spot. Okay, now I know. Okay, so in some part of the place is considered danger. Also, can I hit this tree? Let's see whether is there any other way that I can reach here. Navigate is the... Can I actually go to the train that I was on just now? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, the most important part is that we live our life and enjoy, and if bad thing happen, we just look at the positive stuff and have fun. Because the thing is, right, a lot of people always have a lot of like negative stuff, and I think it's understandable though. I won't go around and say that, oh, it's a bad thing, or it's whatever along the line. It's kind of like everyone has their own point of view. It's not wrong. It's just kind of like, you do you, I do I. Definitely that's the way to go. But at the same time, I can't really like stop people from having that kind of mindset though. Regardless of like where we are, like whether which place we live, people will always have that kind of mindset, and I can't really go and say that, oh, it's bad, whatever. It's just that if people want to live that way, by all means, go ahead. The only time I became like very pissed off, right, is only when people such as like Johnny Somali end up trying to create problem when I was living in Japan. And I was like, wow, damn, he really a bastard along the line. But the funny thing was that when I outright tell a lot of people saying that be careful of him, he will end up doing the same thing again and again. And not that, what happened? He go to Israel, he do the same damn thing. He go to South Korea, he do the same damn thing. And what happened to him now? Suffering in South Korea. But even more so is that even if he get jailed along the line, the thing is, right, a lot of people will be wondering, isn't that kind of like karma? Yeah, true, that is considered karma. But at the same time, it's also not something that would you guys accept that is that a karma that you guys would go with? Some people were saying like, no, it's not enough. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Did the doctor tell me what caused me the... not really. The funny thing you guys have to understand is that the only thing is that the doctor back then, they only... apparently, okay, they only tell... The only thing they managed to tell my family back then was that I was going to die. I might... Even if I survive, the only thing was that I may end up being coma, a vegetarian state, or worst case possible would be brain dead. But however, what happened? I survived. I'm playing game. I'm able to move. So, what does that prove to the doctor? Nothing. They can't do shit. Actually, more like they can't predict shit. Even the funny thing is, right, back then when they saw me, the only thing they only knew back then was that they got no way to think that I was able to survive. Yeah, they only knew was that they was not expecting that I was able to survive. That was all. So at the end of the day, I didn't. Even the funny thing was that they thought like, will I go and make a big news or try to do some sort of like video indicating that I survived, I'm gonna gain attention? No, I won't. Because the thing is, right, there's no point of me trying to gain attention over that when I am trying to gain power from that. Okay, this one's gonna be a long path to there, so I'm not gonna go there. But the most important part at the end of the day is, right, it's actually more on the part that if I gain attention through my hard work, that's all it matters though. COVID got you in hospital for 3 days, 1 more days, and they'll put you on bed. Yeah, everyone has always like have it worse. That's true. But the one thing is, right, at the end of the day, we live each day. That's all it matters. Because the thing is, right, bad thing happen to everyone. But the thing is, right, I always tell everyone, and I always say it again, bad thing happen to everyone is one thing. Bad thing may happen to you. Yes, it happened. But the one thing is, there may be other people who have bad thing happen, worse thing happen, and the worst thing at the end of the day, people still live a bad. People still trying to have fun. People still trying to do things they want, including myself, and that's all it matters. Because the thing is, right, people will always have things. Yeah, it always happen to everyone. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's actually more like we just having fun, living each day, enjoy what we do, and that's all it matters though. Oh, I managed to pick it up. Okay. At the very least, I should have enough to ascend her. Okay, never mind. I don't have enough. I need. Where's my the train? I need to go to the train here. I mean, like, the funny thing is, right, I know a lot of people, oh my, that looks scary. I got a shot for one. It's actually more on the part that as long as we enjoy and have fun and just do what we can, that's all it matters though. Hey, wait, do I need? Oh, okay. The purple one I need. Nah, it's fine. I mean, like, the most important part is that missing my stream is fine. Because the one thing as I always mention, prioritize your thing first before coming to my live stream. It's the reason why a lot of my viewers, I always tell them, some of them 5 years, 6, almost 6 years already. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I always tell them to, like, some of my viewers, like Vanny, I always tell them to focus on their real life study, and that was something that I was happy. That was the thing that I pushed them to have that kind of mindset, because now the two of them are in university or college, depending on how you guys call it, and in a way, one of them, I kind of like predicted her current situation, but at the very least, for Neti-san, once she graduates next year, that will be a huge plus for her. And the funny thing is, I kind of like find it funny is that the only thing I managed to push her for was that I managed to encourage her to do cosplay, and that mindset and now giving her to do became a popular cosplayer in Thailand. And to me, was it a bad thing? No, because it just means that what she always say, she's enjoying her life. She playing with a lot of nice stuff, and that was the best part for me. There's the reason why they call me Ame Papa, because I just giving them a good, nice fatherly figure in a way. And hi, hello there, how's your day? And that's all it mattered to me. But as what Pio-san said, I definitely need to one day find a girlfriend. if not, the 3 virtual daughter I have will be asking me when am I gonna have an Ame Mama for them. I'm like a papa. I mean, true. If I think about it, right? When my dad was 37 years old, I was already 12 years old though. Yeah, my parents had me when they were both 25 years old. I mean, I wouldn't say like is it a bad thing or whatever. It's actually more like, I guess in the way I kind of like do talk like a father figure to them, and I always try to give people the best advice ever. So the funny thing is, right? You mean this? Okay, let's continue with this. Apparently, this one's gonna be a very, very long one. I'm not sure whether will I be able to reach to the one of the 4 shades scenario, but let's see how first. I was told that it's gonna be a 4-hour. My friend reached it within 4 hours from this part, but anyone who knows me very well, it's gonna be 8 hours. So probably I might end up doing it next week. If I can reach it today, that would be great, but still not sure. May was come towards tomorrow's
今まで
Zenitsu Zero
他
change
の国じゃ
to
こん
Genshin.
な感覚全然なかったのにな。
I can't do
砂
that.
屋に着いた途端、そういう感覚が出てきたんだ。
Sense of mysterious power, you say?
ああ、オルジェイナやパラタには全く新しいエネルギーが必要なんだ。
But let's
も
see.
しかしてあれが原因なの？
どうしたんだ？何か心当たりがありそうな顔だな。
But I still find it funny. My friend said that my prediction about Paimon are not correct. But I think I based on what I guess, okay. When I told my friend that, like the time I said about Paimon being a physical AI, if you guys remember last time I did say that, for those people who are unaware, I actually said in my live stream that I think there is another possibility for Paimon, and that when they released the Temple of Space, I was wondering, like, was Paimon belong to there? And then when I saw Nico's story indicating that was that Nico seems to belong, that she used to live in the Temple of Space, the Celestia, part of me wonder, because of Temple of Space, I actually guess, is Paimon a creation in... I actually say that, was Paimon a creation that belonged to Celestia? I told my friend that. I still say that there is a possibility, there is still high a possibility that Paimon is an AI. But I told my friend that I think that based off Temple of Space, because of Temple of Space, I told my friend that I don't want to say the secret, but I only tell her, and I say that I think Paimon is actually a living being from Celestia, and it could be that she is a creation. Or created in Celestia, something along the line. I actually say in that sense. And the thing is, right, as what Pearson you mentioned, anything goes because it's MiHoYo. When I said that, and my friend completed the game already yesterday, she completed around 9 p.m, 10 p.m, and she told me that she called me and scold me on over the phone. Like, she legit called me, like she legit do an urgent call and say that pick up, and I said, Nani? She scolded me and say, how the hell my prediction are coming true for Paimon? And I was like, oh, so is Paimon an AI or something? She said no. The second prediction I say about Paimon being a creation from Celestia is true. It's a huge spoiler for me yesterday. And I was like... She was shouting over the phone at the time. And I was like... Oh my god. Like you say, oh god, I was like, oh my god. I can't believe another weird prediction I threw out end up coming true. And the funny thing is, right, at the time, it was, the funny thing was that it was, I didn't want to say it during the live stream because I only hinted a little bit saying that the Temple of Space. I keep referring the Temple of Space because the thing was that the Temple of Space is, in the game is written as Temple of Space, but the funny thing was that it's kind of like established the Temple of Space is Celestia. In Nico, when we go to the house, she mentioned that she lived in Celestia. So basically the angel, the so-called angel, they lived in that place before. And I find it very funny when Jester mentioned Paimon. I don't know how whatsoever, but when I asked my friend, the one lick it, is it Jester? She said yes. And I was like, Yes, I'm gonna look forward to that part again. That is gonna be one nice moment that I'm going to be looking up for. Because the thing is, right, I was scolded by her a lot yesterday for the prediction I made, and the funny thing was that the Celestial prediction I mentioned was that when she initially long ago thought that she was the Cryo Archon that we actually living right now was that at the time I said that she has to be one of the oldest god. A lot of people now say that she is one of the oldest god. MiHoYo outright in the in their update say that she is the mother of all Kanria, and I was like, just like how Zhongli is just trying to hide his age along the line. The funny thing is, right? Yeah, don't need to me. The thing is, right? It's kind of like funny that a lot of prediction I say back then end up coming true. It's because I find Zhongli sus back then was because Zhongli was not one of the oldest one. I find the Cryo Archon to be one of the oldest one as well. Long, like 5-6 years ago, was because I use one point of view, and that point of view is technically that in the based on the closed beta, I have to use the closed beta as the main reason. Okay, so in the closed beta, I remember there was the story about in back then was that they mentioned the Cryo Archon, and the Cryo Archon back then was known as the god of love. I'm not sure about Zhongli being a dragon, but I can say one thing is that just like how Zhongli is now known as the god of contract, the thing is that the Cryo Archon Teresa is actually known as the god of love. The only issue on that is that she became a frozen god along the line was that she got, apparently the old story, the closed beta story was that she her love was actually killed, which MiHoYo mentioned it was like there was an issue, and because she was she, in order to have not a broken heart, she frees her heart, and because of that she became a frozen person. So if you guys know, in anime there is a saying of the ice queen. The person is the ice queen. Yeah, the Cryo Archon is the ice queen. Okay, so yeah, she is the ice. So that was how the old long ago I mentioned that I think the Cryo Archon is gonna be one of the oldest Archon. But what make it very weird was that why is she a Cryo Archon of 500 years? So she said to be a Terra dragon who was got bored and stopped generating Mora. Yeah, the funny thing is, right, I did wonder, like, was Mora part of the dragon resurger? Long ago I did wonder about that, but I still feel that the Force Moon, when I saw that, I did want, I mentioned on the live stream that I think that he may have a hand in that knowledge. But I still do not know how is it that when we see him, he's still in human form. Because the thing is, right, we did see him his dragon form in a way. So I did wonder, like, is he actually the one of the, like, the people from, like, the dragon in a way? So when you say the dragon, right, I did think that he might be part of the dragon race as well. Like, part of me actually think he is part of the dragon race. But MiHoYo always tend to hide a lot of secret for him. So I think in next year, Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, whichever you guys call it, I think we'll get to know more. I believe we'll get to know more on that. I think so. If MiHoYo, if you guys are trying to say if my prediction is gonna be correct again, please release in that. I will be so grateful. But I think we'll get to see more. I think we'll get to see more on if MiHoYo decide to release it, because right now I still feel like the funny thing is, right, I still feel like he's hiding something. because it's kind of like weird in many ways. But one of the things that I predict about Paimon as well is that if Paimon is aware of a lot of stuff and yet not aware and not a lot of people know of her, it does answer one of the hidden question that I've been holding on, which is like, how is Paimon so knowledgeable though? First appearance was an elemental dragon. Yeah, true though. When we meet him for the first time, that was like kind of like very funny in a way. But the thing is, right, it's always best for now, for me, is that we understand the question. We understand the question first, okay? And then keep the question first. And look forward to the further update because I think 7.1 is going to tell us a lot more additional story from what my friend told of me. Can I get some more drink? Drink is very important. But let's continue. This one, from what I know, is that it's going to be a long conquest. Though my friend actually took around 9 hours to finish it. I was like, shit. Yesterday I played for 7 hours. I only halfway only. I played 7 hours and I only end at midway only, and I was like, oh shit.
スネージナヤは新しいエネルギーを研究してて、そのせいでオイラの具合が悪くなったのかもってことか。研究に参加してる人の集中力が切れたり、一時的に記憶が飛んだりすることはあるけど、ミティアはそのエネルギーの副作用を否定してるんだよな。どっちにしてもオイラの症状とは違うぞ。
The power you mentioned?
かすかに感じ取れる程度だけど、オルジェイナやパラタの方から感じる気がするぞ。
Okay, are there more reason to find out the purpose of their wishes?
確かにそうだな。オイラも賛成だ。でも、ロコットが持ってる情報も限られてるし。
There's one more avenue we haven't explored.
いつも検討計画のことで揉めてるって言ってたもんな。もし参加できたら、手がかりがたくさん手に入るかもしれないぞ。
And we need to write a letter to Alyosha.
そうだな。
そうだな。
そういえば、お前が出かけてる間に、サラーガーデンレストランで気になってたデザートを全部食べてみたんだ。
やばいもん、
絶対お前も気に入ると思ったから取っておいたぞ。手紙を書き終わったら食べてくれよな。
おいしそうな。Wait till the next 2 days later, and I was told this gonna be a long cutscene after. Apparently, we'll be reaching to see the rooster as well. So.
両者から返信が来た。評議会で発言するのは無理だけど、傍聴の資格なら手配してもらえるみたい。
And I like
準備ができたら
the fact that our character get to speak more.
おかえり。新聞のパズルゲームをやってたんだ。結構楽しいぞ。あ、しまった。ここに何を入れるんだったか忘れちゃったぞ。
Crossword. I'm not very good with crossword. I can think of words, but I can't. When people ask me about, can you think of what the meaning of this word? Hell no. I can't think. Because sometimes when the funny thing is, right, when people ask you, can you think of this word? Can you think of that word? I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, I can't really think of it though. Yeah, the voice actor are actually very good though this time around. So they're actually very cute though. Especially, I think this girl that we are going to listen is going to have a lot of cute voice.
まさかこんなところでコロレフスキー劇団のプリマドンナボジャニーザさんにお会いできるとは。評議会の傍聴にいらっしゃったのですか？
Apparently she's...
悪いけど、今日はインタビューを受ける気はないの。
Yeah, this girl, when she do get released the next patch, we get to hear this kind of cute Japanese voice.
悪いけど、今日はインタビューを受ける気はないの。
かわいいな。This is gonna be so good.
旅人、来たのね。もうすぐ始まるから、早く中に入りましょう。
はい。
お待ちください、ボジャニーザさん。そちらの新しいお友達をご紹介いただけませんか？
Oh, we get to enter this place. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Shortly after you take your seat, the meeting officially begin. Discussion on whether to extend safety until the end. Yeah, to me, I'm so grateful that me learning Japanese and living in Japan and able to improve on my Japanese, make me able to just listen to Japanese and understand what they're saying. But at the same time, I just playing the English word for you guys to see in the case that you guys need to read according word to word though. And now we are in a courtroom or something. And this is the rooster.
商工の生産と消費は安定傾向にある。
And he's the fifth one car. Huh.
専門機関の評価によれば、来期までは現状を維持できるそうじゃ。詳細なデータについては配布した産業報告書を見てもらいたい。指摘せねばならんのは、
Yeah, Frank, your wife going to see what place him.
民のエネルギー支出が大幅に増加した点じゃ。じゃが、これは短期的なことに過ぎん。
Yeah, do actually see the place yourself. The most important part I will have to at least highlight is that you might want to take note of the surrounding area, such as like where is the nearby supermarket, like is it the best supermarket, because there is like the expensive supermarket, there is also the cheap supermarket, like the convenience cheap supermarket that you want to look out for. Then convenience store, you don't need to worry. In Japan, in most places they always tend to have one easily access convenience store, be it Family Mart, 7-Eleven, all these things. Then after that, the second thing you might want to look on would be what kind of nearby store or what kind of nearby convenient place that you can look out for. At least that's always been the way that I recommend people who want to live in Japan though. I did live in Japan for 6 years and the place I live was actually way convenient for me. So that was like one of the reasons why I actually loved living in Japan back then.
この件は女皇陛下が早急に対処なさるじゃろう。わしらは確固たる信頼をもってその対応を見守っておればよい。被災地支援に関する財務説明もパンタローネの作成したものが今期の報告書に記載されておる。
Do not buy a car in Japan. There is two times I have to say this. I live in Singapore. I don't recommend people buying car unless they really need it. In Japan, I would say the same thing. If you guys want to know, in Japan, having a car, there is a lot of cons and pros. I have to at least highlight that. I have to at least highlight that it is funny, but it is very, very true. Bicycle, bike, or mini bike, depending on how you guys call it, is way more convenient. And more so that I myself, who live in Japan for 6 years, I actually have a bicycle, but most of the time I walk around instead. Even if I have to walk to school 3 kilometers there and 3 kilometers back, I walk. I choose to walk because I use it as a means to exercise, as a way to make sure that I became slim. It's actually one of the reasons why I was way slimmer in Japan than in Singapore, because I actually walk every day. The one thing I can definitely say one thing is, right, what you guys have to be very, very careful, why I say I don't recommend getting a car in Japan is that, number one, when you do own the car, if you need to have a parking lot, even if you in your own house, you have to pay additional fee in your own house fee for so-called a road test. Then you have to pay for the road test, you have to pay for insurance, you have to pay for a lot of stuff, and in the end, your car is way more expensive than you guys think. So I don't recommend getting a car. A second thing that I would also highlight not to get is a television. Like, legit, don't get a television. Because I can tell you guys one thing is that in Japan, if you don't have a television, it's fine. You can get the latest new online. You want to watch anime, you can watch it, you can search it online. But if you get a TV, if you do end up getting a TV, if there is the NHK guy coming to your house and say you must pay every year $300, you have to pay for it. Even if you say that you don't speak Japanese, whatever, they will try to trick you to say that, hey, you must pay for it. So you might want to be very careful and say you don't have a, if you say you don't have a TV, that would be the way to go. Yes, just like how the UK have the TV tax. In Japan, the TV tax is way more expensive. Don't let that. And hi, hello there, how's your day? So the one thing is, right, it's as long as you don't have a TV, it's fine. Because just internet is good. Now, the second thing is, right, they may try to trick you to say that, hey, you have a mobile phone, right? This is a trick I'm going to teach you right now. Tell them that your mobile phone, your smartphone, whatever phone that you have, is not Japan one. You can say in English, my smartphone, not Japan one. You say this way, they will understand it. A lot of Japanese do understand simple English. So if you say it that way, they will know that they can't trick you to pay the TV tax on your mobile phone. If you put it that way, because the thing is, right, in Japan, the NHK guys are trying to trick people to pay using for the phone as well. I had that happen to me a few times, and I have to tell them in English, and sometimes Japanese, when they try to trick me in using English, that I know it very well, that I can say my phone is from Singapore, not Japan, even though I was holding to a Japan phone. Even when I was holding on to a Japan phone. So the one thing is, right, as long as you keep it that way, it is safe. Because the NHK guy, they always try to trick people to pay for it. And the thing is, right, under Japan law, they are not supposed to do so. So the one thing is, right, as long as you don't have a TV, you're safe. So make sure to tell your wife, don't get a TV. If people say get a TV, even in Japan they say get a TV, don't. What you can get, okay, if you do want to watch DVD or VCD, in Japan there is a lot of DVD and VCD rental shop. You can go and look it up. If you do find that, you can get not a TV monitor, but you can get a computer monitor and a DVD player or a Blu-ray player, and you can watch it. And if they try to bear into your house and say that, yay, there is a TV, no, it's a monitor. You can let them see it for themselves. A monitor in Japan do not have the TV cable, and that is alright. Yes. So at the end of the day, make sure you keep it that way and it should be fine. Because a lot of people always have the misunderstanding on that, and I have a friend who from China end up paying $300 for the TV every time for it, for 3 years, and when he leave Japan and returned back to China before the COVID, he was pissed off that he had to end up paying almost $1,000 for it, but he was like, wasn't happy about it, and I did not pay a single cent, even though I have a TV back then. But the one thing is that you guys want to be very, very cautious, is that they are commonly will go to your door and say, "Ding dong, watashi wa NHK no kata desu," trying to get you pay for it. The thing is, right, you need to be very careful of them if you're going to live in Japan, because they are trying to make you pay for something. And the worst part is that the cancellation, there is also a cancellation fee that will try to get you to pay even when you leave Japan. So that is something that I always tell people to be very, very cautious of. But most important part is, right, it is gonna be one of the things that, best of all, don't get a TV. If you get a TV, you may not have to pay for it though, and it is something that is not worth it at all. Yeah, learning the language is gonna take time though. But even I try to make sure that I think next week I will be continue on the not the AI once, because the thing is, right, this Saturday the AI workshop will be my last one. So after that, because this few days I've been busy with research on AI stuff to talk about it on this coming Saturday. But at the very least, I can tell you guys is that with a lot of topic that I notice have been going on trend, like the YouTube 8K watch hour, or a lot of people making weird noise about the LGBTQ stuff along the line. I'm like, wow, damn, they really want me to start posting back a lot of the random chat video nowadays though. Hi, hello there, how's the day? But yeah, definitely I would at least highlight, okay, learn the language first. Don't need to feel confident that you need to be best in the language. Learn the basic first. Understand the simple communication first. That is the most important part. Like, funny thing is, right, when I live in Japan, what you learn in textbook, yes, but when you live in Japan, you will notice that it's a whole new different level, because their level way of speaking is way more than you might not expected though. So that's the reason why when I teach Japanese language, I always tend to teach words by word, sentence by sentence, but kind of phrase it in rate form, in simple form. Because the thing is, right, understand the word first, and a simple phrase or sentences, that is always been how it's supposed to be. Because a lot of people had a lot of misunderstanding on like speaking Japanese mean that you have to, oh, I speak foreignly, はて私今日本語はできればどうすればいいんですか? Like even Japanese sometimes tend to hang at some moment. そうですよね。どう言っていいかな? Like that, they will tend to do this kind of phrase in between. It's kind of like words that trying to make they think first, understand what they need to say, and then say, そうですよね。さっき昨日は何かあったですよね。なんかちょっとやばそうですよね。Like they will say, and then they will start saying words very, very, very fast. So the one thing is, right, words tend to go slow and pause at time, but for us who learn Japanese, even I myself who learned Japanese for 2 years before I moved to Japan, I have to relearn Japanese for 1 more year to understand that it's actually more that you can take your time to learn words by words and slowly. And even if you can't say the word, if you say the right word correctly and they understand it, it's linked. It's the same thing as that when I buy a lot, like I want to buy furniture or I want to buy stuff, and I ask the salesperson in broken Japanese word, they understand it properly and they lead me to the thing I need. Or I say collect hoshi, like I say I want this. I won't say like I want specific this thing. I will just point at it and I say Hoshi, and they know it. I want that thing. So if you know some of the words nicely, and you say onegaishimasu or kudasai, even just the word kudasai itself, which means I want it, they will immediately give you the best service ever. So the one thing you still have to understand, a lot of words are like credit card today, halai hao, which means the way of payment, or maybe such as that the genkin, which means cash money, or credit card, which means or card, which always tend to mean by credit card or the debit card, whichever card that you have. And in a way, you still need to go by the way of payment, all these things. And if you want to pay by cash, or you just take out your cash and they will, oh, hi, wakarimashita, they will just go and the payment accordingly. So even if you don't understand like pure Japanese, it's fine. As long as you say the specific word, they understand it, or if you do your action and show it, they will help you accordingly. But the one thing you have to be very careful when taking out the cash, right, is that if you buy stuff like furniture, all these things, it's fine. But if you go to some place where they try to treat you, hey, this place very cheap, or that place very delicious, stay away. Because some of the time, like if they bring you to a bad alley and say that this place is nice or that place is nice, you want to stay away from them, because those kind of places are yakuza or scammer trying to cheat you out of your money, and then you'll be losing out money. So you might want to be careful of those kind of things. Okay. Yeah, even in Singapore, I have a lot of scammer. But I can tell you one thing is that for me who live in Japan for 6 years, there is a lot of different kind of scam. And I can tell you one thing, one of the funniest scam I ever come across was that a person called a girl shouting, "Papa, tasukete!" Long before I became a VTuber, a young little girl called, "Tasukete, Papa!" And then out of nowhere, a guy said that, "Your girl is here. Pay us money." I just go down to my house, and I was like kind of worried, and I said that, "Hey, don't do anything bad. How much do you need? Whatever." I bring it to the police station. I said, "Please wait a while. Mate. And then I put the phone on hold, and I say that, scammer desu." And I said that, what does she? I don't have a daughter. And the person said I have a daughter, so you might want to pick up. And the police pick up the phone, help me pick up the phone, and they managed to track the person back. But I just report it. They managed to. I didn't know what happened yet, but I only know that I only just report it, and it's like I just walked downstairs to the police station because my house was very near to a police station, so I just report it accordingly, and it was kind of like one of the funniest thing happened was like, wow, you guys scammer want to scam me for money? I'm gonna make sure that you get the scam out of your life. You get to have a lot of fun in Japan when you do live in Japan now. That's all I can say. Once you live in Japan, with your wife, you both are gonna enjoy a lot. The most important part is just have fun. I can only hope that you and your wife are gonna have a lot of fun. There is gonna be a lot of bad stuff in Japan, but as long as you look at the good stuff, there is gonna be a lot of nice stuff in Japan too. A lot of delicious food, a lot of nice weather, a lot of good things. That's all it matters.
真面目に定例報告をするのはオンドリ様だけ。誰一人として真剣に聞いてないわね。みんなに足りないのは信頼と。
There's a lot of nice places in Japan though, that's what I can say.
なのに報告書では一切そのことに触れてないわ。
あんな書類さえなければ
適当にでっち上げることもできますのに。
It's fine. For me, it's just good to share my knowledge to you, though.
お気になさらず、インタビューのノルマが少々あるだけですので。クワスを一本はお読みになられましたか？発行部数堂々1位の新聞ですよ。
私の記憶が確かなら、あなたたちには販売許可が下りていないから露店でしか売れないはずだけど、
たとえ露店でも1位は1位です。名実とも。
Drinking on the job. Wow, that. I'll pause at this moment, then I shall screenshot this.
静粛に。続いて代表の発言へ移る。この他に有意義な議論がなければ本議題に対する投票を開始する。
スネージナヤでは昔からファデュイの隊員とその家族は優遇措置を受けてきた。だけど最新の調査結果では辺境出身の隊員の家庭が購入できる将校の量はスネージナヤグラードに住む一般人より 15% も少ないらしい。これもこれまで何度も論じられてきた問題だね。すべての将校は理にかなった配分にしないと民衆の
Why is it the scenery here? Having so many cute furry covered NPC though.
このように絶対的な根拠など存在しません。
A lot of them, they didn't show that much in the trailer, but they showed so much in the game to get released. The
生産量
update.
と人口の単純な計算に過ぎないとでも思いなのでしょう。生産設備が故障する可能性を考慮したことはありますか？
Them sitting against each
そ
other.
れにスネージナヤが最後に人口統計を取ってからどれほどの時間が経過したかをご存知ですか？
専門的な問題で君と張り合うつもりはないよ。
Am I known for doing horror game?
不者が2人になっちゃうからね。
You haven't seen me playing horror game
俺が
yet?
注目してるのは問題そのものさ。
I think you'll be laughing at the way I play horror game though. Like even if you say like way to horror game, you have no idea how weak I am to horror game.
四六時中、厳冬計画の中止を叫んでばかりいる者たちと全く同じだ。まるで一人の諸悪の根源を打倒しさえすれば
Even if the weakest horror game, I may end up screaming from it.
念のため言っておきますが、厳冬計画が継続されようがされまいが、報告書のページは1枚たりとも減らしません。
If I were to give a
この問題をどうにかする気はないってこと？
like if I were to give a simple example, Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. I will use that one as a main reason. Like if I use Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, when I got chased by Huggy Wuggy, I didn't know that I was supposed to run. So I thought that I can attack it, and I thought there is no way to escape. And I just have I keep getting stuck at the so-called the starting part of the escape route because I had no idea where to run. And the only thing I keep doing throughout was just screaming and what the heck though? So I'm really like it's just like you guys see me playing Genshin, like I see I'm very good at gaming, but when I play a horror game I became stupid. Like my IQ instantly go to 0. But because of that, you guys see on my side, it's like I'm due for 3 horror games, so I'm in a deep trouble.
これまで問題を解決してきたのは私だけでしょ？
講師が先陣を切って兵士たちのために声を上げたところ、不者が優雅に反撃。激しい絶戦が幕を開けました。
What the heck?
早速現場の傍聴人にインタビューを行いたいと思います。あなたはどちらを支持しますか？
I think Sharou,
おっしゃる通りです。講師は満場の喝采を浴び、立て続けの質問で不者を窮地に追い詰めました。
I still can't believe that I'm due for at least 3 horror games there.
販売許可が下り
But
ない
at the very least,
分
right?
かったでしょ
But at the very least, as you guys seen the number, unlike last week where the number jumped up to 200 plus, now it's stuck at 2 digit, 16 and 7 right now. It means that I'm safe from the number 4. So if I do play horror game before it reaches to 300, I'm should be fine. I don't need to increase the depth to number 4 in a way. If not, I'll be crying. but okay, ちょっと待って。Give me a while. I will have to pause it for a while. I'll pause it for a while. My dad is home, so I need to go and talk to him for a while because he need me to run some stuff for him because he need to help. He need help on his phone, so I need to help him for a while. It may take around 10 minutes or so. So if you guys need to use the toilet or whatever, go use the toilet whatever. Don't need to worry. But the Japan, Korean, or China kind of have a deal to where people learn each other language, kind of like how we learn Spanish. Yes, in some way. But as long as the most important part is you need to learn some of the basic words, the simple basic words, so that they can understand what you're trying to highlight. But when you speak to them and you say, if you want to say that you want to improve your language and you want to talk with them more, they will help you. I'm not sure about Korea, but I know China, there are some nice people that they do help, and Japan also do have it. So if you do talk to them and they are fine, like chit-chatting, they would chat with you in simple way, and it will help in like just chit-chatting a little bit. It will help to improve on your language as well, though, because it help you to understand on listening, at least on the listening part, and as well as they're able to communicate, like whether can they understand what you're saying. If they understand what you're saying, you are on the right track. That's the reason why when I was living in Japan, I always talk to my neighbors, because when I talk to them, it helped me to communicate in Japanese in a way, because it's like when I talk to them, they understand what I'm saying. That's more than enough, because it means that I'm conveying the right message to them, and that's on the right track. So if you talk to them nicely, they will do so. That is the right. Okay, for now I'm gonna put I'll be right back, guys. So if you guys need to use the toilet or drink water, go ahead. I'll be right back. Sorry for the wait, guys. Yeah, I only got around 1 hour left. I need to get a playlist to play while I'm doing a bio. Yeah, thanks for the advice though. I need to take that into consideration though, because every time when I post my when I put out, I try to say it out for a while, but maybe I should play one of my playlists when I kind of like temper it off, and so that it won't set you guys off along the line. I'll use that as a consideration. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see.
デタラメな報道はさておき、俺の記憶だと初めてリーユエで会った時のタルタリアは北国銀行の代表だった。少なくともあの頃は二人の関係はここまで険悪じゃなかったはず。
あなたたち話がそれているわ。データの話。
Yeah, my dad just want me to help him buy something. That's why I was trying to do it fast just now.
お任せします。この頃少し発言の機会を減らしたいと思っていたところです。
分配の更新は毎期行われておりますが、その目的は最も合理的な分配方式を見つけ出すことです。この点はタルタリア様のおっしゃる通りです。しかし多くの人が一部の過激な者たちに惑わされています。明確にしておかなければならないのは、厳冬計画は問題の根本的な原因ではなく、あくまでも分配の枠組みの一つに過ぎないということです。最近の各報告でも示されている通り、スネージナヤは強靭な忍耐力と適応力を備えており、この枠組みも徐々に成熟しつつあります。
I sure know how to even showcase in this game how political is full of words.
再び水の泡になる恐れがあります。
Seriously, why is it that you're trying to tell us that, hey, even in this game we have political war? Like, what the heck?
続いて立ち上がったのは著名な金融学者アラポフ。財務の論理について述べました。その内容は明らかにロケットなどの社会組織を示唆するものでした。特に物議を醸しているレーレクは今なお活動を続けていますが、これに対して責任を負うべきはロコットなのでしょうか。いいえ、糾弾されるべきものは他にいるはずです。
今度はフシャ様の言葉を言い換えただけ。ロコットこそがあいつの言う無責任な反対者なんだもの。
I'm actually amazed that we can just enter here and listen to the political.
だと思うけど、今のロコットで最も名高い、いや悪名高いメンバーよ。検討計画中止にかけるあいつの執念はもはや常軌を逸しているわ。それに私たちほどのお行儀の良さはないし、議会で重要なのは投票だけだと思っているの。脅迫、扇動、賄賂、どんな手段を使ってでも議会参加者の投票先を変えさせようとしているのよ。
せっかくなのでお聞きしますが、あなたはレーレクを支持しますか
？More to his story.
どんな事情があろうとも、レーレクは私たちに有利な行動をとっています。私たちこそが彼の強固な支持基盤なのです。
The weirdest anime I ever watched, Carl. There's a lot though. The home runner had been assigned. What is the home runner? But I have to at least highlight that if I have to name quite a few anime that I would, if I can recall them, I mean, like, I definitely have to at least highlight that Evangelion was definitely the first one that actually got me wonder about the ending. The ending was actually kind of like weird in a way because of the, like, oh, the aliens are coming to attack, and then we defeat them, and somehow, somewhere, everyone died. And it's kind of like the ending just showed that, oh, you know, what the MC became the Adam, and one of the girl became the Asuka. I think was at the time it was supposed to be Asuka. Became the Eve as well. So it's kind of like, okay, so it's not got a new Adam and Eve along the line, but it's kind of like, at the time, you have to imagine I was like still only a young little boy. I don't even understand why they go with that logic, so I have no idea what the story was about. It was kind of like the weirdest ending for me, because I thought that a lot of time when I watch anime or whatever, it's kind of like a happy ending, but Evergeno was kind of like a weird ending in my point of view. Then another weirdest anime, I guess I'll have to at least highlight, let me see whether I can. It's also by, I think it's by Cram. Cram have a lot of the story which is basically they are intertwined, intertwined, whatever. But I can definitely tell you guys one thing is that for Holic, it's one of the, I would have to say it's a little crazy as well, but it's also one of the weirdest story ever because of the intertwined way of the story going about ever since that I know for sure. Like Holic, in case anyone want to know, the one who is behind it, Clam, for words such as Kakechu Sakura, Tsubasa, and all these things, right? Yeah, Tsubasa can say one of the weirdest one, but I will have to at least highlight that Holic was the one with a lot of thing that doesn't link up at all, because it actually intertwined a lot of the previous all the work that Clam did, because Clam did a lot of work, as I mentioned, Kakechu Sakura, Tsubasa, a lot of different ones. So in the way that Holic is actually the intertwined for all of them, because the female main character is actually the one who is kind of like the one who do every single thing. Yeah, you kind of have to understand that it's kind of like weird that they're able to intertwine this and that and whatever. Even though we're talking about the MC doing this and MC doing that, and now we're having like a lot of things just linked here, there, everywhere along the line too. Serious Experiment. Oh, don't remind me of that one. But I can definitely say that another one that I can look out right now. I mean, there's a lot though. Even Bakuman in his own way is also kind of funny as well. Mary Sue or Johnny Sue. Oh, that I remember there was another funny one as well though. Shit. Suddenly, when you ask me about all the anime that I find weird, there is a lot of them though. I can't think of I can't recall the name though. That's the thing. You know what? Let me look at my bookshelf right now. I can definitely tell you guys a lot of them though. Nice. There is a lot of, I can definitely tell you guys, there is a lot though. Oh yeah, to love through Yamada-kun and the 7 Witch Girl. Eranto. Oh yeah, there is a lot of these though. I think it's one of the reasons why I said I have to look at a lot of the manga that I have, because it is from a lot of the weirdest one. Like the Eranto Island, where the guy were trying to escape from his family and not appearing in the island that is just only girls, and all the girls just want to marry him because that he's the only guy. That was like the funniest one ever. But it's also weird, like how is it they are all living there as if it's nothing happened along the line? And they said that, oh, there is no guy, but there was guys before, and then it's like, then we ask like, oh, we know where the guy are, like the story progresses, oh, we all know the guys are, and when the guy is like, oh, we want to go back, we also don't know how to go back, it's like, then how the hell the MC go there though? It's like, oh my holy god, it's weird, but it's so funny. So it's kind of like a lot of manga and anime I always watch over the years, it's kind of funny as well. But in recent time, there is also a lot of like, if you guys notice, there is way too many isekai, but it's kind of funny in a way that a lot of isekai is also kind of like weird as well because of that. One of the things you guys have to understand is that for Japan, they always tend to emphasize on fantasy story, and when Sword Art Online became popular and they used the word isekai back then, it became a popular word that a lot of people tend to, hey, get hit by a isekai truck and you get to sent to the isekai world along the line, and it became one of the funny genes that Japan tend to use. And when a popular anime became on the running trend for that, one of the things a lot of people need to understand is that in Japan, the publisher will always tell their newcomer or people to say that, hey, you see this anime interesting, right? The isekai very interesting, right? Write something similar. So in a way, you guys can say it's a copy paste. They copy paste the gene. And a lot of time, if you guys seen a lot of isekai, they change it out or whatever. But the thing is, right, they just copy paste the story in a way. Not really like copy one to one, but it's actually understanding the word in a way that they kind of like repeating the story. So a lot of time, a lot of things became so popular. So if you guys seen like, if out of nowhere another anime with a different weird that is not isekai that is so popular out of nowhere, you guys, I can tell you guys one thing, it is a very common practice in Japan where everything just keep on repeating again and again and again to the point that it just became again every single time. Oh, Uzumaki, I haven't seen that for very long though.
まともに話せる人もいるみたいだね。
It is weird.
ちょうど俺もその問題について考えてたんだ。そして君たちが必要としてるのはもっと正確な現地のデータだろ。それはファリュイに任せてくれればいい。もともと将校の輸送はこちらの担当だ。データ収集の仕事も兼任できる。
There's a lot of like older.
他にも必要なことはすべてファリュイに調べさせればいい。監督はドルジーナがうってつけだと思うよ。
Right.
本当は
When team became famous, they just repeating again and again and again and again and
ひとま
again.
ず私が意見を取りまとめ、レスナ様がお戻りになってから判断を仰ぐのはいかがでしょうか。検討計画についてはあの方も常に気にかけておられます。ですが、ドルジーナはただでさえ本来の任務で多忙を極めており、実質的な支援を行うことはおそらく難しいでしょう。
確実に実行可能な案も出ておらんのに、軽率な憶測を口にするでない。
失言でした。
And this is one of the funny things is,
い
right?
かに人員を配置し、いかに時間を
This is the reason
管理し、
why
いか
a
に
lot of the
報復
older
精
anime,
度
a
を
lot
確立
of
する
us
か。
always tend to look back and we say that the older anime, well, the drawing is not nice as what it is today, but we still like the story though.
通常の政務プロセスで進めるとしよう。その際に別の議題として各方面で評
Remember
価
the
する
thing that was made in the 80s
で
was
したら
made of the
案
movie
を
that was
提
made.
出する前に私に考えがあります。
Yeah, I think making the older one into a better version would be a great option though.
それは公式の報告書を
Isn't that the
指してい
same
る
thing
ので
that
すよ
happening
ね。
to One Piece?
我々エネルギー協会でも各町および周辺の状況に基づき定期的に統計を出しております。これを活用できないでしょうか。
They want to remake it into better option. With better technology nowadays, like people can make it even better though.
注目しているのは設備の稼働部分だけど、エネルギー消費量から多くのデータを逆算できるのよ。
じゃが地方のデータをもとに将校の割り当てを決めるとなると長期的なリスクが高い。
北国銀行本部の報告と照らし合わせますので、私を騙すことなど不可能です。
I can definitely have an understand. I have a guess of what is gonna happen. But the funny thing is, right, they oh no, I have the final boss have decided to step up and I'm gonna kill Luffy. It's like, wow, damn.
よろしい。この方針での処理に異論はないな。
The funny thing is that Evangelion, the newest one, is way different from the original one though. Because the original one was kind of like a few episodes, 10 plus episode, but it's kind of like, the funny thing is actually when I talked to the original director back then, the funny thing is, right, they actually told me they were trying to make the story until 20 plus episodes. When they write the story, it was 20 plus episodes. But because of the number of rights they have to the episode, they can only create up to 10 plus episodes. So they kind of like cut and squeeze everything in, which lead to the weirdest ending ever because they have to kind of like just throw everything in and don't give a damn care. It's like, oh, okay. And I told them that when I saw it as a young kid, I was like, the starting was very, very interesting. I like the guy going strong, showing all these things. I was like, the path was on the right track. And then the ending, I was like, why is it the ending last few episodes just kind of rush in? And they say that they don't have the right to create more episodes or to release to the public all these things, because when they release anime, right, they have to get the right by the podcast and from the TV studio, all these things, so they didn't have the right, so they only have they have to squeeze everything in. And it actually made me understand that, okay, so I actually asked like, so you guys decided to cut everything in and create the weirdest ending ever, and they said that weirdest ending was the reason why they were able to make Evangelion became one of the talking ever, where everyone talk about it ever, even till now. And I was like, yeah, understandable. Wakarimashita. It's kind of like funny thing is like, when they released Evangelion back then, they did not expect it to be such a hit even till now though. So I guess that was one of the things. But the only issue on hand is that anime studio really has been one of the hardest road in Japan. When I studied anime in Japan, was the production is not easy path. Even more so, they have to keep on drawing every single time. And the thing is, right, you guys might think, oh, drawing is better. That's the reason why even like in some anime studio, they are hoping to use AI to help them draw and release it faster. Because the thing is, right, if they can't get people to draw faster, what is the best way to get things to draw faster? AI. And the thing is, right, not saying like AI must help to draw every single thing or release the word. It's actually more like if the AI can help to copy paste a lot of things again and again, then it will be much in a way like some part AI, some part human. At least I can understand the point of that. Maybe it will help to release anime more faster though, but it's kind of hard to say though. True over. Yeah, but it is definitely better than the end of the series because they actually put a so-called a proper closure in the story in a way. At least that's what I like, because at least there is a closure to the story. Even though it's kind of like many different movie, but at least they play like some parts still a bit rushed, but at the very least there is a proper smooth flow in the story that I like it though. And the thing is, right, the story is actually way different from the original series, because from what I was told, they say that they use they actually dig out their old original script and put that original script in a summarized form in the current era, in the so-called current era, that was actually more fitting to it though. Yeah, at least I do agree on that. They should actually add to the deleted scene in the episode, because it does put a proper closure in a way.
本日コロレフスキー劇団のプリマドンナが凛々しい風采の若き青年と共にコート評議会に出席した。二人の関係はただならぬもので。
True nature of their relationship. Oh no.
またそんな記事を書くつもりなら、劇団のインタビュー許可も取り消してあげましょうか。
Cover everything from energy to healthcare, technology, and industry. Oh, good thing that we don't need to hear every single thing. Ignore she. Okay, we just basically ignore the so-called news reporter.
それでは他に発言する代表がいなければ最後の投票に移る。
ほら、見て見て。
Oh? Chocono?
なぜ今になって反対票を？
集計が終了した。厳冬計画の継続への賛成票は 61% で、すでに過半数を超えておる。
今回は本当に危なかった。
I wonder why they say 61% though?
減ったし、チューベノフの反対票が大きく響いたな。
レーレクの仕業ね。プルチネッラはまだ何か手を起こしているのかしら。
チューベノフが、なるほど、レーレクですね。
レーレク。
さすがレーレクね。厳冬計画を中止に追い込めれば、レーレクを支持し続けてきたクオスを一切も
She keeps saying that. Is she really here as a news reporter? Or is she here as a spy?
厳冬計画は次回の評議会開催まで継続とする。皆、肝に銘じておくように。
If I have a mustache like this, imagine if I keep doing this mustache and I'm doing like touching like this, I think you're just be wondering like, what the heck?
我らは議論する。オーロラと東堂を流れさせ、栄光と団結
But I will tend to shave my mustache, so I won't do that. The manga Abajuro is really very different though, from what I can say. Because the thing is, right, I do have the manga myself, so I actually read it. I was like, wow, they make it so much different. And we need to speak to her.
まさかチェグノフが厳冬計画に反対票を投じるとはね。
So strange about it?
ええ。理屈から言えば、スネージナヤの大商人や政府の要人たちこそ一番反対しそうにない連中なんだけど、あなたもさっき聞いたでしょ？厳冬計画の本質はただの分配の枠組みの一つであって、みんなで冬を乗り越えるよう求めるものなの。たとえこの政策が廃止されようと、
story, we make it better, you make it down. I mean, the most important part at the end of the day, right, it's actually more on the part on, as long as you're enjoying the anime, that's the best part. The thing is, right, for the manga, I have to at least highlight, for me who read the manga, right, the manga is actually way different from the anime. It's a whole, kind of like a spin-off.
ミティアが評議会の前に手紙をくれたのよ。
Spin-off is not really the main canon story though. It's kind of like a parallel, similar story in a way. Similar character, similar story, but the story is very, very different. Like the flow of the story, the flow of the character, the thing they do, very, very different. So, if I have to highlight the manga, I would definitely say the manga is more like a rom-com than what they show on the anime though. If you're into rom-com, then you might like the manga, but if you like the fight, then I would say the anime. But if you like the action, then I would definitely say the movie. It's kind of like, that's how I look at it though.
あなたも知ってるでしょ。もともと私は正式に処罰の通知が出た後、あいつをそそのかしてこの件は不公平だと思い込ませるつもりだった。自分だけ生産を止めて損をするくらい。
Yeah, I mean like it's always those good but the funny thing is, right, I still find it funny is like even Asuka in the original anime was also kind of like funny in a way though.
あいつは反対票を投じたということは、何者かがもっと直接的な手段で他の人たちと同様に票を変えさせたということ。
The The funny thing is, I can tell you guys one thing is that a lot of time when okay, I have to at least I know some of you guys will be wondering like, does it make me think about one thing is that initially you guys see my hair is right now is blue, okay? Initially my original character, I was like trying to base it on my real life style, so I actually made my so-called avatar back then to be a black hair guy, a black hair normal guy wearing glasses. Then as I started as a Japanese streamer, I was told by a Japanese friend to change my hair to either red or blue or any other weird color, at least to showcase that it will add some attraction. And I say, it would be best if you let me finish on the saying, but if you are here to spread such a thing, I will have to remove that comment, because I'm not saying to stop you guys from talking about this kind of thing, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned not to talk about politics stuff, so my apology, but I have to remove that comment. But I can understand your statement, but you are in the wrong stream to talk about politics, okay? So okay, as I was saying, for the hair at the time, I did consider using red hair. But at the time, I decided to go with using Kyoto from Vocaloid, where I decided to say, hey, since I'm a person who like blue color, I decided to use blue as the baseline. So my original avatar was a guy with a blue hair wearing glasses. Don't have the cat ears, okay? The cat ear was actually just the normal human ears. Then in one of the app that I use, they have a day, actually more like a week, where they are trying to say that, are you a cat person or are you a dog person? And I say that because I have a cat at home, I'd say that I'm a cat person. Even though I do have a lot of dogs come to me for attention at time in real life, I'm because I have a cat, so I say I'm a cat person. But I actually do have a lot of dog like to come to me as well. So in a way, I was like, okay, I would say I'm a cat. So at the time, my avatars for some reason have the cat ears. That was like a moment that I was like, okay. Ever since that event, even when the event ended and my avatar changed back to normal without the cat ears, I decided to just keep the cat ears on, and I became the casual VTuber ever since that. And like even Vanny, Netisan, when they come to me, it's like they do see my old avatar, but they are aware that I actually have. I decided, because of the cat event, I decided to just get on wearing the cat ears ever since. And at the time, I didn't have the persona or the VTuber law back then. Like really, there wasn't. And the funny thing was that it became a moment of the part where I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to just go with it and say that because I'm a person who drink a expired chocolate milk, I decided to I say that because I drink a expired chocolate milk, I changed into a cat spirit, and that became the persona I have, where I'm so-called a mid-boss cat spirit. that end up because end up becoming that because I drink a expired chocolate milk. That was like the funny VTuber persona lore I created back then. But even till now, I've seen a lot of people, new VTuber who don't creating a persona lore, and I think it's fine because there's really no such thing for persona lore. The thing was that the old, like even back then, when we started VTubing back then, we really don't think about like even when I was in Japan, okay. A lot of time when I ask some of my Japanese VTuber friends, they always say that they never think about creating a persona back then. Because the thing is, right, the reason for people having the mindset of creating a persona or a lore was actually because of the kind of like, how would I say this? The second grade symptom, I guess. Like, it's the second grade symptom where they say that, oh, I'm the Demon King. You guys can't do anything to me. I can control the power of Daho in my hand. You guys will get sucked into my hand. Like that kind of logic along the line. So it's kind of like that kind of thing that actually got a few VTubers end up creating their persona using that kind of mindset. That somehow, some way, someone became a lot of people thinking that should be the way to go, but in fact, there's also a lot of VTubers don't have a personal lore at all, including myself. Even though I did create one for myself, it was just kind of like that. For some reason, was actually made of the one of the reasons was that back then I was told to create one by my friend just for the sake of like because it was on the trend. In Japan, when there is something is on the trend, everyone must follow it. even if you don't feel like it, because if you want to be popular and people know what's your persona, then they will go with that. Because it will say, oh, because it help you with your personality, with your persona, with your niche. But as time passed by, even till now, I still feel like the old mindset that I had was basically no niche, no persona. You just stream how you want, how you play how you want, you just have people understand that you do what you want. That should be the way to go. Unless you guys go with the idea saying that you need to create, saying like, oh, I'm a mean girl, a mean boy, I'm a politic talker, I'm a trash talker, I'm a BS talker. Then that would be a whole different story, right? Let me see. It was selfish person. Okay, so right now they are trying to affect this whole thing.
なぜ霊力がそこまで幻冬計画に執着するのか誰にも理解できないけど、今の状況からしてあいつは着実に目標達成に近づいているみたい。
それほどの行動力があるならそれに見合う強い動機があるはず。もしかしたら幻冬計画の内情を知っている人物なのかも。次は霊力に的を絞って調べてみよう。
Oh, so we need to find him か。
これからどうするつもり？私と一緒に帰る？
いやー相棒、壇上から君の姿が見えたよ。
あなた政治にも興味があったのね。執行官のお二人ごきげんよう。今日はたまたま暇を持て余していたところ、この新しい友人が評議会に興味を持っていたから連れてきたの。
わかった、きっとオーデットが紹介したんだろう。どうやら君は彼女とも仲良くやってるみたいだね。
それじゃあごゆっくり。私は先に劇団に戻っているわ。ええ、次の公演も成功するといいわね。興味を持っていたね。あの一筋縄ではいかない旅人が興味だけであちこち走り回っているわけがない。そうでしょ。
Learn an interesting TV today.
あいつを得体が知れないと思うやつもいれば、歯ぎしりするほど憎んでるやつもいる。当時のロコットで無名だった人物が これほどの波乱を巻き起こすなんて誰にも想像できなかっただろうね。
Is it okay if I stop digging around?
ん？調査したいって？それなら奴の素性が暴かれるのも時間の問題だ。どう思う？サンドローね。
構わないんじゃないかしら。もし旅人が本当に霊力をあぶり出せるなら、プルチネンラの手間も省けるというものよ。あいつを捕まえることができたら、私たちが情報を引き出してあなたに共有してあげる。
それがいい。じゃないと俺たちは面白くなっちゃうからね。君、グルポフに戻って霊力に関する資料を取ってきてくれ。通行手続きを申請するよりその方が話が早い。
かしこまりました、講師様。
それじゃあ私も誰かにお茶を用意させようかしら。どうせ待っているだけだもの。
Every drink some tea.
霊力が関与した事件は多くあるけど、当事者たちは情報を語りたがらない。きっと脅されてるんだろうね。
If I 37 years old, you minus 6 years, since I live in Japan for 6 years, I definitely say 31 years in Singapore then. Since the day I was born till now, minus 6 years because I live in Japan for 6 years. Yeah, even my sister actually living in Singapore longer by me. Actually, the funny thing is that because I live in Japan for 6 years, my sister is younger than me by 4 years. So in a way, it's that because I live in Japan for 6 years, my sister living in Singapore 2 years more than me. The only thing I can actually argue with my sister was that I live in Japan for 6 years. Where do I prefer? Both are good things though. But if I have to say, I would definitely say like Japan is way better for me in a way. Because of the food, because of the culture, because of the weather. But if I were to say logistic and lifestyle, and because with my family, I have to say Singapore also have the own. Because in Singapore there is actually, if you guys see out there is like Singapore is my homeland. It is one of my favorite songs as well in Singapore. So I will have to decide that both Singapore and Japan is my favorite. As I can't really say any country which of them is my favorite. Even I myself have to admit that when I moved to Japan, I wasn't like keen on whether can I live in Japan for 6 years, and when I leave Japan, I wasn't keen on trying to leave Japan as well. So it's like they both have the hardship though. It's hard for me to say, but if you hate your country or the thing that is you or hate the thing along the line, then I can understand the frustration. Then it's not saying bad though. But the thing is, right, you have to understand that the one thing is that if you're gonna live in Japan, that as I mentioned, you will have to take note that it is gonna be a lot of bad things that you might come across. How you look at it and how you look at the good part, that should be the main important part. That's how you live through every single day. Even for me, who has seen a lot of bad stuff in Japan, do I care about it? No. I look at the things, I think about the delicious food I eat every day. I look at the good weather every day. Even when there's sunny day, I just say that, hey, I can have my clothes out and make it dry even faster. Like I can tell you guys one thing. If during the summer and people saying that when the weather is too hot, yes, drink plenty of water, go back to your room, turn on the aircon, that's the way to go. But when you hang your clothes outside to let it dry during the hot weather, 1 hour you go and take it out, it's dry already, like freaking fast. It's like that's one of the good things ever. That's how I look at it though. So at the end of the day, it's really not really like, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's actually more like both have their own good and bad stuff though. So even if you ask me, do I prefer which one? Japan have a lot of good things, Singapore also have a lot of good things as well. It's very hard for me to decide though.
奴は音もなく現場に潜入し脅迫状を置いていくけど、手紙にも現場に
Sorry that I couldn't answer that question for you.
一切残さないんだ。だから
But I can definitely say, for me who live in Japan for 6 years, there is a lot of good things.
少なくとも
And I can only hope that you and your wife can live in Japan happily. That's all I can wish for you.
ああ、それに事件はかなりの割合でセキュリティレベルが特に高い場所で起きている。ほら、地位や権力を持つ連中ほど安全を重視するだろう。でもそんな彼らの部屋にも霊力は物音一つ立てず入り込めるんだ。目撃されたことも侵入の痕跡を残したこともない。そんなことができるなら手を下すこともできるはず。実際に前例はないけど、そう考えさせられるだけで連中を夜も眠れないほど怯えさせるには十分なのさ。これほど完璧な潜入ができる人間がいるとは考えにくいから、フェイの方も調査したけど、残念ながら収穫はなかった。
Are you saying that you can't even pull it off? That's strange. You mean to say that this guy, whoever is called Lele or whatever the name is that crazy? Stealthy guy? Is he a normal NPC or is it going to be a playable character in future? Now I'm kind of curious though.
Oi, oi. 俺を見くびってるのか？ただ、俺のやり方は直接的すぎるから、ボロを出さないって点では難しいかもな。
ええ、だから可能性を完全に否定しているわけじゃないわ。ただ、これほどの技量を持つ人間は、テイワット中を探してもそう多くはないのよ。フェイならば異能を持つけれど、彼らにはその動機がないもの。
So is someone as strong as him?
正しくは俺よりほんの少し格下でだ。そんな考えじゃ到底正体を突き止められないよ。
Why is it that we have to choose one of the two answers? Look at 4 places: Japan, Singapore, Poland, and Thailand. You go into Japan. Enjoy! For me who live in Japan for 6 years and enjoy the 6 years, Japan is a good place to live. Although you want to be very, very careful with the foreign policy, but I can definitely say that it is one of the good places to live. Actually more so that when you live in Japan, right, if you follow their policy and respect their culture and speak their language, not fully but in some extent, they will help you accordingly. At least that's what I understand on. Because a lot of time, a lot of people always have the misconception about Japan, living in Japan. Is it good or is it bad? It's actually considered, to me, in my point of view, it's actually a good thing. Because the thing is, number one, you can improve on Japanese, and number two, you get to learn a lot more culture thing that you don't see on the news or people talking on over the internet though. Because the thing is, right, nowadays in Japanese people start making noise because of the Western weird propaganda, whatever online. But most of the time for me who live in Japan for 6 years, I always seen a lot of nice things. And even when there's big news or whatever, it's actually Japanese people just talk about it and then just keep it quiet and move on. They legit have this mindset that move on. Even when bad things happen, move on. And that is one of the things that I always say in my live stream every time: move on, move on, move on. Because I have that mindset long before I moved to Japan. And when I lived in Japan for 6 years, I like that mindset that I make it that it's a thing that I understand. Even when there's a lot of bullying, all these things in Japan is a common thing, okay? Bullying and harassment is quite common. But the thing is, right, how you talk about it, highlight it, and move on from it, that's always been the most important thing that you need to go take note. And that is one of the things that I like about Japan a lot though. But at the same time, I also do hope that Japan do need to change out some of the things like harassment and bullying though, because the bullying, a lot of people need to understand that bullying actually starts from young, not adult. Like legit, you can have like 10 years old little kid trying to bully another kid easily. And the thing is, right, it's not only happened in Japan, all over the world had a lot of young kids bullying another kids along the line. It's common all over the world. So the one thing is, right, I always teach some of my friends not to teach your child on how to be bad to people or whatever. Just if people do bad thing, highlight it, move on, or try to escape it. That's always be the way to go. But one of the things I do know is that in Japan, half, I have to highlight, is half, okay. Half of the Japanese people like to dwell on the past, whether is it good or bad, but there's also half of the Japanese people who like to move on into the future. And when I say like to dwell on the past, right, it's actually more on that it depends though. Because the thing is, right, some of the Japanese people have the mindset that they like to think of what is happening in the history, all these things. And the funny thing is, right, I actually have quite a lot of, when I was living in Japan, a lot of Japanese people actually kept asking me about why is it that Singapore can have a good relationship with Japan but not China and South Korea. And I actually told them that it is because of the World War II, what the old Japanese people did, that they hate. And I say that the older Singaporean, even my late grandmothers, the two of them, do not like Japan. Even when I moved to Japan, when I said I want to study in Japan, when one of them was still alive, they stopped me and I did not go. Until when one of them passed away, I decided to move. The other one actually wanted to stop me, but I say that the old war is gone already. It is long over, and Japan is no longer a country of war. And that was the final part that she was able to accept, that I was able to move to Japan and stay there for 6 years. So the thing is, right, a lot of time when they ask me, I actually have to say that what Singapore went through is the same thing as what South Korea and China have went through. And there was a lot of Singaporeans who in the past, during my late grandmother's and grandfather's era, there was a lot of death. But even so, Singaporean, we have the mindset of that if we can have a good relationship with Japan, Singapore and Japan will have a good moment. And if you guys look at it, it's like Singapore and Japan have 60 years of good relationship. Unlike China and South Korea who wish to keep on the grudge for no reason for 60 plus years. So for 80, actually not 60 plus years, 80 years. For 80 plus years, Singapore has decided to drop the 80 plus years grudge and build a 60-year good relationship with Japan. And this should be the way to go though. So as long as don't be Johnny Somali. Don't be Johnny Somali. Even if you're a foreigner, I have to highlight that there will be some racist Japanese people that is common. But one thing I had to highlight that is that as long as you speak to them politely, nicely, and in Japanese, they would be nice to you and kind to you. A lot of Japanese I've come across, they initially hated me because they thought I was from China. When I said I'm from Singapore, it was a whole new different story. And when I talk to them very nicely every single day, to my neighbors, to my co-worker, they all treat me very, very nicely, very, very kindly. So even if you say you are from UK, but if you are kind to them, if you're nice to them, they will be nice to you back. That should be the way to go. And also secondly is that if you do move to Japan and stay there, right, I think you guys might hear of the word saying that you must give the gift to your neighbors along the line. Okay, the gift, right, you guys don't need to worry. Does it have to be like expensive gift or not? No. You can get normal daily stuff such as hand soap or handkerchief or towel, and it can be considered a so-called "Hi, sumimasen, watashi koko ni hikoko mi ni narimasu." So if you look into that, right, it is more than enough. Don't need to get the expensive stuff. Even if you get normal chocolate, it's also good enough. Just normal, like even if like before you move to if you don't have you don't need to like whatever, you can buy normal snack from your country in UK and you could or candy whatever, and it can be considered a normal. Don't need to buy expensive stuff. The one thing is, right, a lot of people have the misconception of, oh, we must buy expensive stuff. No. When you move in, you give a normal gift. actually the small gift, right, is actually more to break the ice and let them know that you are a kind person, you understand their culture, and that you are trying to have a good relationship with them. Not saying like trying to have a friendly to friendly relationship. It's kind of like a neighbor to good neighbor, talking, chit chat, all this thing of relationship. When you do that, they will be kind to you back, your neighbors. But at the same time, you might want to be very careful of some neighbor who may end up trying to trying to cause you problem to you. So you might want to be very careful of those neighbors. There will always be one or two. But if you do highlight that end, they will have no issue on that end. So I think it should be fine. Okay, let's mention Tatalia Master.
師匠が強いのは確かだけど、緻密な計画を立てる人だったらよかったのにね。
旅人は大まかな人物像を推定しているだけよ。誰が強いか弱いかなんてことはどうでもいいの。
それが一番重要なことなんだよ。
Even if you got the money to move, right, you still need to make sure that even when you move, right, you need to keep some of the money for future use. Okay, don't use too much money because sometimes you might need to know that they might end up trying to make you pay for other stuff. So you might want to be very careful of that. Give good gift when you move in. Yeah, just give what you think is suitable. Even if you want to give the best one, by all means go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But you still need to make sure that give something that you know they will like it. That's all. That's all in this matter. I don't give all the weird stuff. Can't really. That's the thing I do know. Don't give knife. Don't give crop. I don't. Okay, definitely don't give knife and don't give crop. These two cannot. It's 100% no. Knife 100% cannot. Crop bad luck. Tower, candy, chocolate, food still fine. Yeah, I think most of the time the hand soap and the towel is always handkerchief is always tend to be the most important part. But yeah, definitely cannot and must not give money. Must never give money, regardless, because it will be considered a bribe, and they will end up trying to get money from you even more. So don't give. That's the reason why the best part that's the reason why when we move into another place and we, in Japan, it's best we give hand soap, handkerchief, not handkerchief, hand towel or handkerchief. At least this kind of cheap and give as a way to indicate that it's kind of like trying to break the ice between neighbor along the line though. But never give money. Money is a huge no. The only time that you can give money is only when you want to say that, hey, congratulations on wedding, or when someone passed away. This is the only two times that you can give though. But other than that, 100% no. Huge no. About thunder.
オデット？ええ、確かにイメージに近いかもしれないわね。技量は申し分なく。
Kitchen item is fine, but make sure it's not shunting sharp.
彼女は
9th 100% no.
的にありえないかな。けど少なくともさっきよりはずっといい線いってるよ。
いいえ、待って。仮にその前提を無視してみたらどうかしら。
前提を無視ってことは、
ファデュイという身分は完璧な隠れ蓑とは言えないわ。それに考えてみなさい。ロコットは都合よく身元を隠してくれるのよ。
つまり痕跡を残さないほど手口が巧妙だったわけじゃなくて、ファデュイ内部の動向を把握し最適なタイミングに行動できたから。ほっと、ただの家庭のつもりだったのに、だんだんそれっぽく思えてきたね。でもオデットにそこまでして幻冬計画を中止させたい理由があるだろうか。
Okay, number one thing you have to highlight that you want to give the high-end cooking stuff is fine. If you give like blender or oven, the big portable oven, that one, I think that would be in a sense a huge gift for them. A cooker is also fine, but you have to make sure that how many neighbors that you're gonna give, like how many neighbors you'll be with, in a way. For me, because I was living in an apartment, those high-rise apartment, so I have to give a lot back then. So I actually bought a lot of chocolate in Singapore, and I give to a lot of neighbors. And I was not to my apartment only, I actually give to some outside of the apartment, because some of the house outside was actually like, this building was actually like, oh, this small little building is actually was one whole family living inside. So actually in the end I have to give that family 2 pot of chocolate, small pot of chocolate, because it was like a whole family, and I give to quite a few. In the end I was like, in a way, didn't have enough chocolate actually, and in the end I went to my house nearby to buy some handkerchief to give to them as a moving gift. But the one thing you have to be very, very careful is that if you do live in the place, you might want to be careful of that how many gifts you're gonna end up giving, because you want to give high end is one thing, but you can give to you want to make sure how many gifts you're giving out first. Count on that end first, and make sure the place you're living is how many places you need to give. Don't need to give every single block, okay? After at least, don't need to give to every single block. Give to those that you living close with. That's more than enough. Most of the time, Japanese people always say around 10 was considered a baseline. But you might want to check when you move to the place. Look around how many people you are living with, and then consider on that end first. Yeah, because the thing is, right, depending on where you are living with, for example, if you are living in like those kind of like mansion where your surrounding is just only like 3 or 4 block of house, then maybe you can get 3 cooker. That is understandable. But if you are living in the city and you're living in a lot of place, a lot of people, then you might want to consider carefully on that end though. So yeah, you want to be careful on how many people you're giving out first. At least consider that first. Yeah, look out when you and your wife go to Japan and live, or move to Japan to see where you're gonna live. Look it out first. Look it out first carefully, because that if you're not careful on that, that may not be a problem in future.
残念ね。オデットを一番よく知っているのはアルレッキーノだけど、まだ戻ってきていないわ。以前オデットとの接し方に悩んだロザリンがアルレッキーノに相談したことがあったのよ。あなたも知っての通り、アルレッキーノは子供の扱いが上手でしょ。
Yes, it's after you move in, then you do the gift.
ロザリンはスネージナヤを立つ前に
It's after you move in, then you give it though.
永遠の未練を残さずに済んだってわけね。
No, I'm not Britain. I'm from Singapore. It just so happened that we use Britain English. But thank you very much for the gift. Thank you for the super chat.
命を落としたの。その頃はまだ準備段階で、幻冬計画という名前もなかったけれど、内容は明確に引き継がれているわ。
That is a huge amount, for goodness sake. But even so, if you guys are wondering, like, is it gonna be a lot? That is still $1 is still a lot to me, okay, guys. Even if the transfer or whatever, okay. Even if people donate me $1 or whatever, it is still a lot regardless. So don't take it too much. To me, that 50 Filipino money is still a lot. And had means son. I'm not pronouncing the name correct. I'm not sure, but thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Let me answer that question. I am not Britain. In Singapore we tend to speak Britain English, so that's probably the reason why you might think that it may sound Britain. It's fine. Imagine if I speak in Japanese, you may be wondering, am I from Japan? だって私もし日本語で配信すると思います。皆さんが私日本人でと思ってますよね。だって私日本人じゃないの、外国人です。ただ日本語での配信ができるの VTuber でありますよ。Drinking tea while licking us, like what the heck?
そんな事情があったのか。ローザリンは自分中心って感じだったから。ちょっと待って。かけ始めた時は少し不思議に思ってたんだ。
Number one, thank you very much. But that is the first time. This is the first time I received a raised super chat. That is a lot for. Dude, guys, I just turned on the ad revenue trying to earn the money slowly from ad revenue slowly, but I humbly accept the super chat. Thank you, everyone. Well, I can only hope that my knowledge on Japan was able to help you when you move to Japan. That's the only thing I can only hope for you. So that you and your wife can live happily in Japan. Dude, this is not something I'm expecting though.
俺とロザリンは親しいとは言えなかった。たまたま何度か一緒にお茶したことがある程度の関係さ。
I hope that the knowledge that I've given to you is enough for you, but you don't need to give me that much more.
オデットの過去についてはみんな知っているわ。当時彼女の父親はファデュイの一員で、母親は著名なバレエ団。
Thank you very much for the super chat, guys.
思えるけれど実情は全く違うわ。父親が亡くなった後、母親は悲しみに暮れるあまり公演中に足を骨折し、二度と踊れなくなったの。
Make sure to keep the rest of your money when you move to Japan. You can give to your neighbors. But make sure that when you and your wife, I mean when you and your wife move to Japan, make sure to look out carefully on the surrounding. Okay. Oh my god, this is the first time I've ever received a super chat, a raised super chat.
十分な援助を与えるべきだと主張してきた。だからロザリンは本意でなくともオデットの整形の問題を解決しなければならなかったのよ。その最終的な手段が彼女をファデュイに入隊させることだったんでしょうね。
よくわかったよ。入隊しなければ一度きりの懲役。
As long as no issue, a good life is always a good life.
確かにファデュイに入った方がいい。でもそれってつまりオデットは好きでファデュイの一員になったわけじゃないってことかい？
あくまで推測よ。そういう可能性もあると言っているだけ。けれどオデットがレイレクになった動機としては。
And also, like this kind of cutscene to be around 10 plus minutes. Somehow I made it into 1 hour.
それは私にもわからないわ。
So, because maybe I paused midway to talk about Japan stuff.
そんなの全部把握してられないわよ。
That turn with Rosanne. This is supposed to be done in 10 minutes plus, but yet I managed to make it into 1 hour.
今となってはどうしようもないけれど。
霊力の話に戻るけど、今まで調査の成果はほとんど出てない。
I left with 2 more minutes.
新しい方向性を探ってみても損はないだろう。本当は明日トーニャと一緒にオデットのプレビュー公演を見に行く予定だったんだ。けど残念なことに霊力の件で残業しなきゃならなくなった。だから俺の代わりに君が行ってくれないか。せっかくのチケットがもったいないし、トーニャにも会えるんだよ。
ええ、精霊を訪ねてのね。オデットの母親の家系に代々受け継がれてきた古典的なバレエの演目なんだけど、長い間上演されていなかったの。けれどオデットが懸命に練習を重ねたことで、ついにリバイバル上演されることになったのよ。人々は強い期待を寄せていて、本公演のチケットはとっくに完売しているわね。
すごく興味を持ってて、どうしても見たいって言うんだ。俺にはよくわからないけど、兄として妹の願いは叶えてやらないとね。
妹。I feel bad for your little sister now.
私は何度か見たことがあるわ。ストーリーは比較的シンプルで、主人公が魂の残した痕跡をたどって少しずつ記憶を取り戻していくの。
A trail of clues left behind by a spirit recovering her memory.
愛と後悔がテーマの演目なんて、今となっては目新しさはないけれど、それでも馴染み深い旋律が響き、主人公が舞うたびにやっぱり美しい光景だと感じるわ。あの感覚を踊りで表現するのは相当難しいはずよ。この演目で踊ることがオデットの夢だということはわかるけど、本当に準備はできているのかしら。
だったら、もしオデットが本当に霊力だったとしても、対処するのは公演が終わってからにしよう。この件は君に任せたよ、相棒。
はい、任せて。So we need to return, but as for right now, I only left with 1 more minute to the end of the live stream because I need to go and do something else. If you guys see the top Ghost Monday one, it's kind of like sad in a way because I think it would be much better if I show you guys one thing is that this one I have to explain a little bit. Let me turn on the. Just to showcase it is easier for you guys because it will be much confusing without to showcase it. So let me turn on the screen capture to this one. Okay. So basically what you guys need to understand is that in Chinese, mostly due to Taoism and Buddhism belief, is that during this period, which so happen to be today, August 13 all the way to September 10, is technically we call it the Ghost Month or the Hungry Ghost Festival. And it's actually a period of when ghosts from the underworld or from hell are given the freedom to roam the mortal realm and receiving full offering and prayers. So one of the things that what we do in the living is that we need to burn a lot of food or pray, all these things. So we have to basically burn for those ghosts that is coming to us to request for food. So if you guys do understand, is that a lot in the Asia area we tend to do a lot of burning, all these things to pray to them, in a lot of praying in a way to give them the offering, all these things. But one of the things is that it tend to be to appease them and ask them not to disturb us in real life. At least that's how it should be. Now the thing is, right, in Japan there is also, they do have it in Japan, the ghost, not really, they really don't call it the ghost month, but they call it the Obon, to highlight that it's because it's a Buddhism mindset, and in July 13 to 15 in some places, these 3 days they will have a event of trying to avoid the wandering spirit. So when you do live in Japan and if you come across this period and you see a lot of festival, it tend to be also kind of like, because it's kind of like in so-called similar in the ghost month for the Chinese, but in a way for us it's technically when I do my live stream and which day it is, I will you guys will take note. I will put up the day on that end. But for if you want to do research, you can look it out for Obong as a way to look it out, and that will be one thing that you can look into. And I'm not Britain, I am a Singaporean who lived in Japan for 6 years, and because Singapore we use Britain English, so that's the reason why my English might sound a little bit Britain. But other than that, it's 6:02, way beyond my 6 PM already. So with that, thanks for coming, guys. Shit. My front 2 teeth is actually bent in. I can't deny that part. Shoot. America. You guys never hear anything. So, you want me to go Naruto mode ka? Hi. I think it was this symbol. Kakebushi no Jitsu! You guys hear nothing? Okay. That being said, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys have a nice day. Oh, night. Otsukare. Bye bye.